Seda. Wow, that was screamy. Far out. Ice screamy.
I saw D20 in the chat. I wanted to scare him.
That is fair.
Like he scares me.
Anyone would be scared. How are we, everybody? D20, welcome. And welcome everybody else to Fate's Grip season or campaign 2. And this is episode 3. Signs.
What?
Yeah.
Read between the lines.
Yeah. Signs.
That would be episode 1.
Was it? As we can see.
That's just straight up rude.
That's right. As we can see, first shout out, we are missing Vello Stormfront. Well, I mean, Luna is caressing the wing of Vello, but in spirit only.
A succulent wing.
Yeah. It's beautiful. So Vello won't be joining us this evening. So D20, just get on here and get into the into the scene. That'll be lovely.
Yeah, he was flying in and got attacked by an eagle, and it's just at the bird hospital.
What?
Also known as Woolworths.
Yeah.
Barbecue sugar.
And after 7
over
o'clock,
there.
you get a discount on it.
Yeah, it goes down to $8.
Okay. Excellent, Vello.
Pigeon wing.
Vello cheap as. Fantastic. Cool. Well, that was my shout out. Who would like to go next? Shout out to galore. John's busy. Go for it, Emily. Just staring.
Oh, what
Go
am
for
I
it.
shouting at?
Do you want to shout out our giveaway?
Yeah, sure. Giveaway. Monorail. No, giveaway courtesy, obviously, of of Meeples and Dragons. Don't look at me like that. Meeples and Dragons, we love you so much. I'm sorry I'm disrespecting you with this very poor shout out. Yep, we're giving away a glass tonight. It's the Board Gamer. You got to stick around and maybe you'll win it. And maybe you won't. But if you won't, then you can buy it.
Nailed
You
it.
buy it. Just beautiful.
I was
Excellent.
put on the spot. I'm scared.
And to buy that, you can go to meeplesanddragons.com.au.
.au.
And they're beautiful glasses.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Hey.
Just like the founders.
They are beautiful glasses.
And beautiful meeples.
And dragons.
And humans, most importantly.
All right. Jordan. Jordan, do shout out.
How could I top that?
Easy.
Very easily.
I'd like to
With
give
some minimal effort.
I'd like to give a big shout out to Ardent Roleplay, who are partnering with us for campaign 2. So if you download the Ardent Roleplay app for free, you too can play along when the situation arises in our campaign episodes. A bit of augmented reality. You can see where our group is probably going to, well, almost drown last session. I'm not sure what we'll be doing this session, but yeah, there'll be a spectator code that pops up when we get to that situation. If you just keep an eye on that overlay, and I'm sure our lovely DM will give you a big shout out. So Ardent Roleplay, just jump on the app stores and free download.
Fantastic. Lovely. Well, I think that was a pretty quick round of shout outs. Anything else you want to?
I'd like to shout out Michele for buying us dinner.
Yeah, that was okay.
And pistachio liqueur.
Yeah, that was actually
I should
amazing.
actually try that. I haven't done it.
Particularly in coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah, put a little...
Stanthorpe special right there.
Stanthorpe. When did you guys? Anyway.
Plus the bottle looks like it came from like a TTRPG shop.
Yeah, it did. Had a little clasp on it.
Love
Or
it.
ring.
Merch release soon.
Cinch?
Would you like merch? If you'd like merch, let us know. We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
I don't know what we'd put on there aside from all of Sheldon's dumbass quotes. Bruh.
And if we can make money off of that, then yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Nah.
Nah.
Brah.
Just bra. Nah, bra.
Oh, we figured out the bra command. The bra
Yes.
command is B-U-R-H.
B-U-R.
Wait. B-R-U-H.
It's cold
Fuck.
in here. There must be some Toros in here.
Anyway, it's there. You can try it at one point. It's got a jar on the end of it. It's a bra jar.
Raja.
Actually.
Yeah. Swear jar and bra jar.
Okay. Actually, that would be. So
I haven't
apparently in
updated
this...
the swear jar yet. Because
That's okay.
I set it out of character. I don't know if it counts.
Bruh, wait, bruh. No, I don't think it's that either. So it's BRUH
JAR.
JAR.
Raja.
Raja. Oh, okay. Like you have to put money into a jar if you say
Yeah,
that. Okay.
saying
got
bruh.
it. Okay.
I think we should make a bet, like whoever's jar is less full by the end of the campaign, someone has to buy drinks or something. Like
That's usually me.
So whenever jar's full, some random person will buy drinks.
No, I mean out of me and Sheldon.
Oh, right.
But that means we got to come up with a jar for everyone else. Every
Still,
time,
no, still free drinks.
every
for
time
me.
your
Nominate Sheldon
accent
has to do
slips,
a-
every time your accent slips, it's accent jar.
We'll nominate Sheldon for a shoey.
Oh my god.
He can't defend himself. We should
Yeah.
do that.
Physically?
It's
or-
canon. He promised to do it this
Yeah.
episode. I remember.
Yeah, he actually said it
Yeah, session
before he
3
left
signs.
today.
Oh,
He
okay.
showed up and then left.
Where?
Here,
Yeah, true.
you were there.
I was there.
Just before he got attacked by an eagle.
Someone click this and send it to Sheldon.
Straight up. Look, we will try and do minis for our fans. That would be interesting.
Minis. I conveniently have one here.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, that's the hood mini.
Ooh.
The old. This actually isn't the same as Hood, but this
No
is
one can see that.
Hood version beta.
Beta version.
Yeah.
Beta
From an
version.
old campaign,
Yeah, nice.
which I never actually
Where's
got
it
to play in. Hero Forge.
Hey, Herish Forge. Shout out to you for doing some amazing job.
Looks like I won shoutouts today.
I know. Ah!
Let's shout out things for no reason. Hey,
Shout!
out.
This
Okay,
pen.
work it all out. These are the things we can do without.
This
Come on.
Yeah, the Mage Guild. Get rid of them.
I think we should go
I'd
into
like
our
to shout
intro.
out Ziff for almost killing us last
And
session.
Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi.
Kofi's
There's a
what's
command for that.
Exclamation mark Kofi if you'd like to support us and listen to our lovely chats and our podcasts and our YouTubes a little bit more and maybe some improvements to our stream and stuff. Yeah, contribute. That'd be lovely. Appreciate it. So, with that in mind, I think we should head into this game,
Who's
this
got a
session
sign
tonight.
to start?
Shall we? Shall we go into our intro?
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, enjoy our intro, and then we'll be back in a minute. And welcome back. So, let's recap, everybody.
Yes, please.
Let's get into it. So,
What?
recapping from last episode. Collecting the rainbow quartz was a challenging task, but for Luna, who dug through the damp dirt
That's right.
with ease, and though chipped pieces fell all around you, you managed to collect the majority of the sparkling piece, discovering too that when mixed with water around you turned it to have healing properties. Down the old wrecky Sierra you traveled, speaking with a very curious and rarely seen fae, and friendly, as well as a group of lumberers out from Tobren, who found ship sturdy lumber to trade back to their home. Reaching Old Reki, you were quickly aware of a plethora of singers and entertainers around, and one in particular took you to the underground, a tavern with the promise of the finest dwarven rum, but instead questioned you about this dangerous magical rock, and you found yourselves trapped in a room with water rising, risking your deaths. but using the magic of Vim instilled in you, you escaped and, drenched, found your way out again into the afternoon suns of this strange land. So, you are very, very drenched. The water quickly becoming warmer as the suns of the afternoon just shine this deep orange light. Quite close together, the three. One large, two small. And you look around at each other. Vello with you. And also Tyniet, who looks between you all and says, "Oh, well, that was fucked, wasn't it? A little bit, sorry for the language, but it was a bit, yep, that's probably the right word for it, though. I hated that, and I don't know what kind of company you keep, but I, for one, don't want a part of it, personally. So if you are going to be doing this around the Mouse King, my partner in crime here, not crime, but you know what I mean, business, then this has to stop. All right? Did you know him?
What, you think that was our friend?
Not friend per se, but have you not met him before at all? No,
It
not
was
even.
Ziff, not Percy.
Sorry?
His name was Ziff.
Yes, I know it's Ziff. He told us it was Ziff before he
You
cut
said
his
it.
bloody hand off.
He said Percy.
I know, that was fucked, wasn't it? Why does someone wish to cut their own hand off?
What did he think it was going to do to us?
I don't know.
Like, we weren't really showing we were going to sympathise with him before he did that.
Are you
oh,
all
mate, oh no, my bad, here, have the stone.
This whole time, like since we've gotten out, because my hair like goes down to my middle back, so it's gonna be heavy. So I'm just gonna be like wringing it out very miserably. Like every now and again, you hear like a.
I'll say to Tyniet, friend, that was fucked and that had nothing to do with us. Are we all alright? Have we all got our appendages, unlike our friend downstairs?
Vello pipes up. I do. Yeah, I do. Bit of feathers lost, but otherwise okay.
Given that we are soaking wet, are we up with Marjorie the horse yet?
Yes, the horse, Marjorie, is still tied and almost beckoning with her large head to beckon you over, almost giving you a couple of brays to speed you over, Luna.
I'm gonna head over then, while still wringing out my hair.
Can I have a look at Marjorie and see if she's got any like minor cuts or like fly bites or irritated skin, anything like that?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
-1. 17.
Wow. Okay, with a -1. Looking over her, the only injury or change since you've seen her when it was conveniently taken in those forests up in Old Recky was just a few worn hooves from the rocky ground underneath.
Given that we were nearly drowned in water that this giant crystal was floating in, can I sort of try to bring out a bit of the water off me onto her hooves, or let her have a lick of it, see if she heals up?
Okay. As you just wring out a little bit of this water and it drips onto the hooves, you see that the wear starts to fade. And there are one or two cuts on it on the bottom of the hoof that heal over.
Perhaps we shouldn't just dump this out on the street. Maybe someone out there will buy our bathwater.
That's disgusting.
Could be lucrative, though. Yeah, I hope you're not feeling misled here. Have you never been on one of your expeditions and someone's tried to take something from you? This is exactly what's just taking place.
Look, to be honest with you, yes. We've had brigands and we've had people be maybe overly interested in some of our wares, things that we found in the past, which turned out, by the way, to be completely useless. I mean, it's just been such a failing expedition after expedition without anything overly valuable. But and that's why I said this time around, it's been the best find we've ever had. So thank you for being guard. But no, I mean, look, brigands are just everywhere. Even my ancestors who used to talk about their world, wherever they came from, I think it was forgotten something. Anyway, but it was brigands everywhere. It was yeah.
Didn't you say that they were from the Mages Guild?
Who?
Sorry, let me rephrase.
My ancestors.
No, what? No. The people that we were just speaking to.
Yes.
They were from the Mages Guild, right?
Well, they said so themselves, so I only
and what
can assume.
you said was that they're not overly evil.
No, you're right. Look, they're not.
So-
Overly protective is probably going to be the better version of it. I've had run-ins with them before, not to this magnitude, though. Not with that.
So why
not
are you
with,
getting angry at us?
No, I'm not. I'm the situation. I'm soaking wet.
Felt like you were directing it at us.
Okay, Petal, calm down.
It's Luna.
Tyniet, if you're venting, I understand. You mustn't be in too many dangerous situations.
Thank you.
But,
He gets it.
and I give her a nudge, think of what kind of money this would produce if the Mages Guild are ready to kill us for it.
Yep. A fair bit. No, I think even if we advertise it perhaps as an interest to the Mages Guild, we might get more buyers.
I would
don't know
assume
if that's a good idea.
perhaps we should get this to a secure location so they don't try this again.
They did say we could leave. I don't think they'll come after us.
But we've got how much left? How much of this rock left? You carried some out.
Yeah, I guess it'll be a bit easier to lug around, so I'll have a third, I believe I got
You
out. Just sort of cool guy, one strap and backpack.
I mean, we didn't leave with all of it. That's a bit of a problem.
Our lives and a third of it's better than nothing.
I think I picked up 5 shards.
You did pick up, yes.
Yeah.
Look, here's what I'll do. I'm not going to risk your lives, but I do want to try and get a little bit more back. Might sound crazy, but I've got some special skills. And
That sounds like something that someone says just before everything goes wrong.
it's okay. If everything goes wrong, you won't even know about it. I'll be okay, but I want to go back and maybe have another go at it. See if I can get it out. You all, I think with that, the Mouse King wants to know something has gone right.
Your swimming skills aren't great.
It's true, I carried you out.
Well, by now, hopefully, it has been. Thank you, as well. I would have handled it myself. but
Where
thank
did the
you for
accent go? Sorry, I had to say it.
It's the low letters are easy to say.
I have to say it was helpful, but it wasn't necessary. So thank you. I can swim, but Torrent and Torrent would like
These
that.
little legs.
She just gives you this stare. His little legs will choke you until you suffocate. All right? So just...
Was
This
that,
sounds dangerous.
that was...
I could think of worse ways to go.
I think you should
See,
say
yeah, I'm
that talk
blushing.
elsewhere. Not here.
Can't really tell underneath all that old fur of yours. Anyway,
I'm just merely saying I'm impressed.
I don't think Hood's that old.
good to know. So,
How old are you?
I'm going to go back,
Not that
and
old.
you all can have this conversation perhaps when you get into a safer place. And she looks around, and you follow her gaze, and you can see that there's there are crowds of people that are in the afternoon are making their way around the this particular part of Old Recce. You are in. Remembering that you've just come into one of the main entrances, looking around, you can tell that you are, just having a quick look here,
I did update the swear jar.
In the garden district.
Pretty.
Do I believe her intentions?
Make an insight check.
Great question.
0.
Lovely.
I didn't even ask the question.
You don't even ask the question. You almost just look and then figure that you're actually looking at Marjorie, and you just don't know what Marjorie's thinking right now.
This whole time I'm also just patting
Sure.
Marjorie's mane.
Tyniet, how are we going to know you're safe?
You meet me in the Inn of the New Day again.
Oh, they're not welcome there.
What?
Why not?
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Leela's a pushover. You've dealt with her before. It's okay. I'm sure it'll be
I
fine.
actually think she might have a thing for me.
Maybe. I can hook you guys up if you want.
You gonna wingman?
Well, I'm a woman.
Gonna wing woman?
Wait, Vello
Oh, I
has 2
thought
wings.
you'd be a better wing woman.
Anyway, well, I think I am. I think I'm okay. But for this wing, I will not be with you. Are you talking to Tyniet
Vello.
again?
Vello.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. I thought you were talking to Tyniet.
Get it? Wing woman?
Well, at least you didn't call me old.
Old wing woman.
Bella just looks at you and just ruffles her wings toward you.
You sure you don't need a hand?
Or a talon. Or a claw.
Or a claw?
Vello just sighed and says, "Look, I will come with you, and I'll try and carry you if you want.
Die?
Die?
If she dies, you'll carry her.
Sure, I'll do that too." And Tyniet looks at Vello for a second and says, "Oh, might not be a bad idea. Can you part with her for a bit?"
Yeah. Can you spare the time, Bella?
I'll be all right.
No,
Will
I mean
you?
like more esoteric. Can you spare the time?
Yeah, I think so.
Whoa.
Well then, shall we?
Alright, then I guess it's just us 3.
All right.
Marjorie's coming too.
Well, 4. If you count the horse.
We do count the horse. She's just as valid as we are.
Then the horse is counted.
All righty.
Oh.
You untie Marjorie, and you have her in a rope.
Mhm.
And Vello
No.
and Tyniet move back.
Be safe, my friends.
I'll be fine. And they go out of sight back down the stairs.
Does it count if you say bruh as Vello?
No, but I haven't yet.
No.
But it should.
Just say it every second word.
What would you
Double
like
points.
to do?
Well, first, make sure that this stone is covered.
Actually. I would be able to carry the stones that I have in my rucksack or pockets, yeah? They're not...
Yes, you would be able
They're
to.
like
They are.
hand size.
They're hand size. They're
Yeah.
5 shards, not very large. So definitely in your pocket would be fine.
Would you like me to wrap it?
Yeah, I think the less people that see this, the better.
So in my inventory, I believe I have.
There you go.
I don't know. It seemed like you wanted to go.
Go for it. Go for it, Hood.
I've got this ready. I hardly use it, and it's the canvas from the tent.
Hmm.
That'd be well big enough to wrap
That's
around
massive.
a couple of times. Yeah.
That's massive. You can wrap it up about 15 times. It's really bulky with that canvas on it. If you give it a go, and if you're attempting to do this where you are,
And take some out and just cut it.
you can. Yeah, you can. You take out this.
Wait. Don't cut that up. I have a blanket. I have a blanket. Let me use the blanket.
Fair.
I'm gonna take out my blanket.
It's a bit smaller. It's definitely more maneuverable in your hands.
I'm gonna grab. No, I'll just drape the blanket over it, like over the top.
Yep.
And if it's large enough to conceal the stone, I'll like try and tie it not up down the bottom of it.
All right.
So while it's still on your back,
I'm assuming it's
so
on
that
the
it
card.
It
looks.
is. It's on the cart.
Oh well, then never mind. I'll just
Lay it over.
lay it over.
Yep. Okay.
Make
There's not
it
much
look
of
as
a
nondescript as possible.
cool. There's not much of a wind, so you're not too concerned about it just waving away, flying away. Okay.
Back to see our favourite barmaid.
He was really nice.
I don't know.
I must admit, I'm looking forward to seeing Leela.
I don't know if she can say the same about either of you.
Why? We had a good time, I thought.
You cut the head off the bear, and you called her some nasty names.
Well, that was before I got to know her. Now I feel like...
No, it wasn't. It was all the way through. To
You
the
think?
point where she actually was going to give me a room and not any of you.
Was that truly that mean?
Well, whether you were or not, that's how she felt.
Well,
And you can't invalidate someone's feelings.
just think of how many customers would come and go from a place like that. At least she will remember us.
I wonder if she fired the orc.
That could be a good topic of
I was just
conversation
laughing
right there.
Surely she would have, right? There's no market for poison cooking.
I don't think the orc is.
Apparently a little.
I don't think the orc's coming back.
Are you sure?
He would be halfway to Bren by now.
Well, maybe I can see if the food's sparkling.
That was a neat trick.
Thank you. Trick of the energies and the tarot and karma.
I look forward to listening to that more.
Do you? Because
Yes,
every
of
time I've
course.
brought it up, you've made fun of it.
I think you're projecting onto me, Luna.
I don't think I'm. We're walking as this is happening.
You're walking.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I don't think I'm
standing up.
projecting.
Still just standing.
I think you outwardly made fun of me.
If I had, I apologize. And I take a quick little bow as we're walking. It's just how I am.
Mean?
Well, I jest, yes.
Would you make fun of a cleric for their religion?
Yes.
I believe that from you.
Well, to lighten the mood, yes. Doesn't mean doesn't mean that I don't appreciate what they do.
You're this sensitive at everything. It's going to be difficult to be an adventurer.
I'm not sensitive.
I'll just laugh again.
Luna, I have
you
a
adventuring.
feeling you'll survive longer than us, perhaps.
Why am I adventuring?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should buy me a glass of wine like I'm owed, and I'll tell you.
Fair enough.
Good thing that we're heading into the inn of the new day, then.
Well, I am. I don't know if you two are.
Yes, I think we're coming along. Are my legs not moving?
I meant whether you'd be allowed in.
Ah, yes. It's okay.
I'm sure we could get permission one way or another.
You should disguise yourselves.
No, I feel like that would further embarrass myself, apparently.
What?
Well, I don't want to upset Lena any more than I already have.
I don't know if it's possible.
Needless to say, I was mortified at your behavior.
Well,
You cut the head off a bear. You disturbed the natural order of things.
Well, is it natural for a bear to be skinned and placed on a floor?
No, but it's even more unnatural that its head is removed afterwards.
Yeah, but at least it'll be in use. Oh. Bear head back on.
can we rename Sid to Jamiroquai?
Vote now in the
no.
chat.
Absolutely not. Well, you can. If you can call him that by nickname if you'd like.
I'll have to start doing some sweet Jamiroquai dance moves on the way to the.
Why do you call him Whiskers?
It's one of his most prominent features.
It's true, I do have them. They're right here and here.
You shouldn't do that. You should brush your teeth more.
I'll lick them. I think they're fine. And then I'll turn around and like walk it out. I think they're fine.
Maybe particularly after you eat fish.
It's been a while since I've had some fish. Actually, food, now that I think about it. It'd be nice to sit down at a tavern and actually have a full meal instead of the rations we've had for the last week.
As long as it's not poisoned or cooked by an orc.
Yes, well.
Bit sensitive towards all.
Well, I mean...
I think one bad egg spoils the rest.
No, I meant that specific orc. He's
Just
making fun of me.
laugh at you again.
It's okay, Luna. You'll warm up to this, I hope. And if not, tell us if we're upsetting
I
you.
feel quite warm.
Is it because of my breath?
No, it's because of the sun.
What is the day like, actually?
The day is light clouds.
Why? Go on, Sid. It's dance time, buddy.
Ooh.
You have to dance like Jamiroquai.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. Sitting down.
Go on.
I really don't know Jamiroquai dances, so this will be good enough.
He does a lot of slides from memory.
Yeah,
Sid's in a bard is coming out.
you get the
Look how long your arms are.
wingspan of an Andean condor.
Is that cologne? It's nice.
That's John Varvatos.
Johnny.
Beautiful.
Makes me sweat.
And curry.
Dinner on the
Ah,
bread.
sure. As you're walking along, having this conversation, you do notice that the light cloud cover does signal perhaps some rain a little later on in the day. The converging clouds are a grey and pink that reflect from the sun's rays. There's a very slight wind, but the canvas or that blanket isn't really bothering that stone. The crowds around you start to thin as you head from the garden district to the inn district, where the Inn of the New Day resides. And looking at the timing of that, the garden district is east of the inn district, the inn district being the southern westernmost mass of homes and the majority of the taverns and bed and breakfasts and other inns that are around this this vast city. You made your way around the city and not through it. The river running, or the smaller of the two of the Reki rivers running below you as you crossed a bridge, a simple bridge of stone, and the inn district seemed to be a little more rowdy than the garden district, being all very flourishing. One of the only districts that doesn't have all of these black stone dome-like buildings, but more trees and massive mushrooms that rise above your heads in bunches and drop these lights, almost like puffballs, onto the ground and then dissipate around you in different colors, yellow mostly. You've seen unknown flowers here before as well, and there's a moss that covers this entire district, but doesn't make the ground overly slippery. This particular district, the inn district, still greets you with the smell of beers, ales, other alcohol, brawls, typical for this late in the day as people leave work and make their way to these water holes to drink their night away.
I'm not familiar with Old Reki, am I?
You've been here once or twice in your travels, but not overly familiar. Why is that?
Just on a journey route, I'm going to try and keep an eye out for any symbols.
Sure.
And particularly, I guess, pertaining to, or would I know where Phil Laurel Trishleth is?
Sure. Villarreal? Make a history check. And I'll just be a second.
Ooh. Yeah, I've
That
not
sounds like a
noticed.
promising dice roll.
I've not noticed while I've been in Old Recce. History? Dash up 4.
A 4. Okay. You're not quite sure where Philarel resides or makes her time and business. But at some point in your past you were told, but it just doesn't, you don't recollect.
Yep. Okay.
So at this point, you do see plenty of different races around you. More of these Kalashtar, more elves, more humans, lots and lots of dwarves. None of them, though, seem to be carrying any sort of valuables. No carts, horses, not like a midday trade would have you see. This is the time of day where people are a bit more free to just meet up with their friends and have a just a calm, collective meal and drink. And it does, in the air, you do feel this calmness around you.
On the way there, would I have kept an eye out, just trying to ascertain where a city of this size, I'm assuming they have kind of like the poorer districts, like a slum district or like the shittest place.
Yeah, you're already aware. It's the Commons, which is north of you. If one would call the poorest area of the city poor, it would be the Commons, where the majority of homes, neighborhoods, so directly north, which if you looked at it on the map, it would be northwest. And that sprawls for even further out than the general circular border of Old Recce.
Yeah, okay. That works. I'll just take note of that for later.
All right. People take some notice of you, but not too much. It's more of a gaze and then following on. No one passes by that you recognise as you find yourselves once more outside of the Inn of the New Day.
So anywhere that we can put the cart and Marjorie, like a stables or something?
There is a small, young-looking elf that comes out of the inn as you pull up with the cart. And she has this darker skin of bronze and these shorter but still pointy ears. A wood elf. And she comes out with this long white dress, dirty at the footing, bare feet, and she looks around and says, "Welcome to the Inn of the New Day. I recognize you by sight, but I was not introduced. Are you staying for the night?"
Well, hopefully. We'd like to. Otherwise, we're going to have a drink.
Fair enough. There's plenty of space inside. It is seven bushels of wheat payment to keep the horse and cart for the evening, or equivalent.
Well, do you take gold?
Yes, we can. Per bushel, it's about half a gold piece, so I will be fine with 3 gold pieces for the evening.
If I give you 4, can you take extra special care of Marjorie?
What does that entail?
Just
We will
make sure
still-
she's fed and happy and comfortable, and if it rains, she's out of the rain.
That's a standard. Anything extra that you were wanting to pay for?
Maybe just petting and making sure no one steals her.
We do keep a watch on the animals that stay for the night as well. We're not barbarians.
Well, I wasn't accusing you of being a barbarian.
Anyway, the 4 gold will suffice for the brushing.
Okay. And I'll hand over 4 gold.
Okay.
The gear on the back of the cart, will that be secure while we're...
Are you asking her?
The gear that's on the back, will that be looked after as well?
All of it is.
I thought we were taking our stuff inside with us.
Yeah, I'll bundle up in the blankets as best as I could.
Yep.
And yeah, with the rope, even if I tie it around the blankets and yeah, use a bit of a rope handle, and I'll try and take it inside.
Okay, sure. And without a problem, actually make one strength check for me as you try and lift this. Even a third of this magical quartz is still fairly heavy.
Yeah, you better believe I can lift it within that 20.
Nat 20, nice.
Minus 1. Yeah, now that it doesn't matter so much.
Hear me roar. Okay.
Go on.
Roar.
I guess with that, I
Roar.
tried cut out a couple of bicep curls with it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just with the one
Holding the
hand.
rope.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Just get swole.
Does he get a +1 to his strength?
No, no.
Really need it.
You feel, in fact, tired from the ordeal, but still able to lift it up. And you all part with Marjorie in the cart for now. As you can see a nearby stable that she seems to be leading it to, which has only one other ox and cart in
Just
it.
before she's taken away, I'll give her a pet and I'll be like, it's going to be okay. We'll see you in either a few hours or the morning.
Make me the animal handling check, please.
Let's use one of the new dice.
Can I give her advantage if I say, geez, you like that horse, don't you, Luna?
Sweet advantage.
I don't need it, your advantage, hopefully. With a
Apologies for that, everybody.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything is okay. Everything is okay.
15.
So, a 15.
Animal handling.
All right. As you nuzzle or just pat
Yeah,
the horse,
Nuzzle.
it nuzzles you back, and gives you just this little bit of a sound, one of reassurance. One of reassurance. As it's led away.
Good.
After you then, Luna. You seem to be the one who's like the most.
Well, we could do it that way. I could go in first and you two could follow, so happiness and then disappointment. Or,
Oh, this is the best joke you've had so far. Good work.
it wasn't a joke. Otherwise, you two can go in first and I can make up for the disappointment afterwards.
I don't know. Sid, you're looking pretty swell. Is that the word? Swell?
Well, maybe we
Swell
do
as
like
well.
a sandwich. We do
A disappointment
Sid?
sandwich.
Hood, me.
Why am I in the middle? Oh, right, because I'm the best bit, right? Let's do this.
Because you're the meat.
I'm
It's
why
not how
everyone's
I'd
here.
put it.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's just go inside.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start walking in.
Alrighty. After you fail to organize yourselves, you go in as a group together, and as you enter in, you see the familiar sight of
I feel so sorry for this poor woman.
this barmaid, Leela, who is in fact there, and she
call
seems
her
to be
Leela.
sweeping Leela, and she seems to be sweeping behind the bar. I'm not noticing you just yet because the place is quite busy. You hear the sound of another bard or a singer of some kind singing on after playing a flute. So there's there's actually someone playing a flute beside, and this bard singing, and he goes. Black and shimmer old Recky stands, not tall but vast, long stretched all in all. The oldest city, the secrets broad and thin, the larkers and shifters and actors within. And you hear this continue on in song and revelry, as every now and again you hear clapping and you hear, what will it be? What will you take? And the bard continues to say, gold, silver, and copper are more than generous gifts and tips if you'd like to give. And this particularly large-looking hippopotamus-like bard with this massive jaw, but still singing quite harmoniously, accepts these gifts and continues to sing. As meals are served, you see this massive, in the middle of this inn, you see this massive whole cow that just is on over a makeshift fire below that's turning, and people are simply taking pieces off of it with forks and with knives.
Wow. It's huge.
That's a big boy, yes.
I'll actually kind of look at the notice board on the way in.
Absolutely. As you go back over to the notice board, are you looking for anything specifically?
Anything new, and specifically if there's a fire from the Rotherheim clan.
Yep.
That's come back.
No more from the clan. No more notifications at all. No more parchments. Nothing new as well. But there's still that. You notice that there is another piece of black paper with white writing on it that does speak to the same ask. This exorcism in the town beyond.
And you took that parchment last time.
Correct.
Make a history check.
You did.
No.
Of course you did.
I'll give myself a little nod and a smile at that, and make my way to the bar.
I will meet
Cool.
Sid at the bar.
Okay, as you both go to the bar, again, Leela doesn't seem to be taking any notice of you. She still seems to be sweeping this one spot over and over again behind the bar. Every now and again, you see some drinks from other patrons being put back onto the bar. There are other workers in this place that seem to be gathering up these glasses and cleaning up. This young wood elf comes back in to the inn as well and just starts to clean and serve people too. Seems to be a
Leela!
worker.
Leela!
I'm approached with these guys.
She looks up at you. Good evening.
What are you
What can I
cleaning?
get for you?
What are you cleaning?
Just a grubby spot on the ground.
One spot?
Yep. It just doesn't seem to be coming off the stain.
It's really busy in here.
It's quite, isn't it? It's actually
exciting.
quite revelry. Can I get you anything?
Is the spot that she's cleaning like stain?
Can you make a perception check for me?
Maybe of blood? She's not well tonight. Perception is going to be
Yeah, you can't really tell what she's sweeping. Probably because of that broom. The
sweeping. Okay.
yeah, the hardened bristles on this broom seems to just be almost on whatever she's trying to sweep up so quickly back and forth that you can't quite tell what she's trying to get to.
Is it? Would I know that she's sweeping in the area where the guy died?
Similar.
Did the orc ever come back?
Orc.
The chef.
Chef, I'm sorry, I'm not sure. This is the inn of the new day. Were you looking for another inn? Were you looking for it?
Oh my gosh, it's a new day.
And what a good day to see our friend Leela.
It's Leela. I'm sorry. And what is your name, good sir?
This is convenient.
This is
I'm just going to, because I've already sussed before this, I'm just going to start putting the bear head on again.
All right.
See if she reacts.
She still seems to be looking at you. She glances over for a second, but goes back to you. Your name, sir?
I'm going to look for my ear's going to drop back, a little bit perplexed. That is unimportant right now. Can I get 3 mugs of ale, 1 wine?
why 3?
Well, I don't know. I've got 2 hands.
Yes, of course.
And you seem to be going at that spot like someone died there.
Yes, it's some sort of. Oh, she now takes the broom away that you can see this dark crimson stain on the ground. Small, but definitely visible. Yes, I'm not sure what this is.
You must have spilled a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I've smelt it. It's certainly not wine. It has this iron sort of smell. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, it'll come off.
Yeah, it's drow blood. That's Artem's blood.
Pardon?
Is there people around us?
I'm sorry, what? Are you an actor? Are you from the theatre district?
I'm just gonna look around and like pull the mouse king.
Okay, make a perception check.
I'm going to slump down in my seat, wait for the drink, and see what Sid does.
It
The
is
clo-
an 11.
11.
We're not in seats yet.
Well, the closest table to you is actually quite close to the bar. So if you wanted to, you can find one of the only spare tables that's closest to the bar and have a seat.
I'll kind of shuffle over to Luna. And
Yep.
whisper in her ear. I thought you said we had an impact on her.
Your whiskers are tickling.
Wow. Try and push him back.
You see this tabaxi like paw, and they just fling back.
Don't you get it? It's the end of the new day.
No, I don't get it.
It's a new day.
It is a new day.
So-
It's been many days since we came here.
Maybe everything like resets after the day.
Like her brain? That does
Maybe.
not seem convenient for anybody.
Well, it's obviously working because it's very busy in here.
Well, I say not convenient, but this actually helps us maybe. When in old Reki.
Or the alternative is maybe somebody wiped her memory.
As I turn and say that, I'll squint and turn back. Do you think the orc came back here?
I asked that question already.
Maybe she doesn't know because her mind's been wiped.
Oh, you're asking me.
Yes.
Well, he'd be stupid to. Come back to the scene of the crime. Can we meet your chef?
Is there a problem with the food?
Oh no, but my tabaxi friend, he has a lot of very needy dietary requirements, and I just
Sure.
want to make sure that they're fulfilled.
You don't want
Are
me
you
pooping out there.
deceiving her there?
Maybe.
You want to roll a deception check, please?
Does she get advantage because I told her she doesn't want me pooping out there?
No. And look, I do really appreciate all of the times you do say, do they get advantage because you say something? But normally it's
You
a
don't
no.
need to roll
Well, you know, I gotta
in
check.
the nat one.
Clarity is a good thing.
Clarity is great. I love it every time. Hey, it's amazing. That one. I'm sorry. The chef's quite busy. I'm probably not going to disturb him.
What's his name?
Altoth, but
I don't.
Chef's name.
I
Lava.
Yeah.
What does he look like?
I'm sorry.
We've just heard good things.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Excuse the suspicion, but it's.
We've been here before. We're returning. Like, we wouldn't come back.
I apologize. I would have. Normally, I remember a face, but.
Mine's pretty forgettable.
Apology. No, not at all.
Luna. Come on.
No, it's exactly right.
I get it. There are a lot of blonde elves out there with really long hair.
I mean, well, there are Hydrate, but
With a horse named Marjorie.
oh, congratulations, you have a horse. That's lovely.
She's more like family.
Anyway, Altoth is a human, older male,
How long's he been cooking for?
cooking just generally or
Yeah, like professionally.
professionally or years. He brings a good resume with him, a good history of experience.
Like reference checks and stuff.
Yeah, we did all that. We made sure that
To vet your chefs quite thoroughly.
yes, absolutely. I mean, we want to make sure that there's no, I guess, bad reputation. The Inn of the New Day is one of the best.
You run a fine establishment.
Thank you. But you say you've been here before. Again, had I known, I would have possibly remembered. But
We're forgettable.
anyway, first
What
round.
did you do yesterday?
What did I do yesterday?
Yeah, just generally.
Yesterday.
While you explain, could you get those drinks?
She has been.
Oh, okay.
So she puts them on the bar. She's been talking as she pours from a couple of barrels. So she's got them ready to go. And the money, she does say 3 bushels of wheat or equivalent, which is a gold if you wanted to
I will
instead.
swing the gold.
All right.
Thanks, Sid.
I did owe you.
Well, I actually think it was Hood that owed me, but I'm sure he'll get your next round.
Sid owes you.
No, you owe me.
Maybe the Inn of the New Day had an effect on you when we left.
So again, what did you do yesterday?
Yes, sorry, I'm sorry. Yesterday I went to the market.
What did you get?
Bought some.
Do you know anywhere that could turn a large mushroom into like a powder?
I'm quite confused.
You went to the
I
market,
am
so I
too.
just thought you might know.
Yes, I do, but
Where?
well, there is an alchemist shop not far in the market district. A friend of mine highly recommended.
What's their name?
Their names, it is a duo pair. A duo that own it. Ash and Nyx.
They're nice names.
And
Where
it's-
would we find them?
And she gives you directions to just over on the eastern side of the river, Old Recky River. She gives you directions to there. It's essentially the second building on the left as you cross the bridge from the council house to the market district. In sort of the northeasterly way.
Cool. Then I'll shut up and look at Sid.
How long ago did we leave from here?
You left there about coming on to 3 weeks ago now. Just prior 3 weeks travel up the Sierra Peak and then back down. But yeah, that's right, correct.
I hear you get a few different bards coming through each week. Who did you have about 3 weeks ago?
Oh, I'm so sorry. My memory hasn't been the best lately. I seem to be forgetting things, but 3
sorry.
weeks. That's okay. Must be age.
How old are you? Sorry, that was rude. Never mind.
To your question, so I'm so sorry. We do have the books if you'd like. I can get them and I can let you know. We do write down obviously people we pay and hire.
Can I tell whether she's actually forgotten or whether she's like concealing?
Make me an insight.
Who's that one?
The growler got killed.
Here's
It's a 12. Like that 12.
The 12. You don't. She has quite an innocence about her, so she seems to be fairly truthful as she's been speaking. Very, quite upfront. There's no deception that you can see. No signs, facial twitching, anything like that. Darting of eyes.
Uh-huh.
This must be really confusing for her. We need to stop.
Well, thank you for your time. We should look for our friend.
Is there this pub or tavern or inn? It's very simplistic in build.
It is.
Can you see the kitchen around the corner?
You can't see through into it, no. So behind the bar, which is immediately to the right of, as you walk in, the bar's on the right-hand side. Beyond that, on the right still, you see a doorway that does lead into a small hall, but then goes around another corner to the left and out of sight.
Kind of like, judging from smell, can I understand where the kitchen is?
Yep.
Now I sniff it out.
And that's the door's directly behind the bar. It's not to the side or anything.
Correct.
Okay, so that'd be pretty difficult to
You
go
can
past.
you can absolutely give it a go if you want, but Leela is right there.
Yeah. I'll travel with the group, grab my ale or ales. Have you got one? I've got 3.
Paid for them, so I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
I pick up my glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab an ale and let Sid pick up the other two because I think I've seen him do that before.
Yep.
And
So the rock is still covered. The quartz is still covered. Yes.
I guess I will attempt to pick up 2 ales with one hand because I would. Cool guy, one strapping.
Yeah, that's not an issue. The handles on these mugs are quite large, so easily done.
He's
Now
got
that-
his hands
now that-
full.
And the only table free is now the one closest to the bar.
I'll just keep an eye out on the movements of the service attendees and see if there's an opportunity to get behind the bar.
Okay. You spend the next 5 or so minutes sitting, listening in on the day's journey and work for most of the other conversations. A lot of them are speaking of the farm district to the south of Old Reki, an expanse of wheat fields, fruit, vegetables, the main locally grown produce that provides the food, which covers an expanse of land to the south. You can't see the end of it even from the very edge of the Old Reki city. It goes down further and further. And a lot of employment comes from the farmers and the landlords around that area too, and the council members who own that land. So a lot of talk about how good the produce has been and how much of a variety and how much of it has been able to come into the city year round, and that they'd never be out of work, essentially. That's the gist, and you do find after that 5 minutes just pause, Hood, that there is a point where Leela suddenly is out of sight. She doesn't seem to be anywhere. You look around, you see some of the other workers, 2 others, backs to you, talking to some of the table patrons. Probably the better opportunity now.
Prior to the lead up to that, if it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we're sitting down for 5 minutes.
Yeah, correct.
What are your thoughts? It's a bit obscure that she doesn't seem to remember us.
Could be part of the attraction.
Oh no.
End of the new day.
Some shit's gone down here. Even this place. This was a shithole with no one in it when we were here last. What's the cow looking like? Is it glowing?
Is the cow glowing?
The cow's not on fire, but it certainly is
From
quite
magical
dead.
cursed energy?
Yes.
It's quite dead and quite cooked. It's just swirling around a spit.
Does it
over
look
the fire.
poisonous?
Oh, the glow. Got it. Sorry, you're looking for a glow. Are you looking specifically? Make an Arcana check.
Yay.
Do it.
My lucky number, 11.
Plus your Arcana?
Once again, your history,
Zero.
the history of magic, has you remember that food is not the most difficult thing to tamper with. But you need to get a closer look. You're still fairly a fair
Oh,
while.
I'll do it.
You go.
Because
closer
he
to
asked
it.
me, I'll stand up and I'll
Okay.
just walk over and
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it, guys.
And I'll observe the people that are eating it close by and
Yep,
observe the meat.
Sure. There's no indication of any discomfort from the patrons who seem to be gorging themselves on this beef.
I'm even looking for like overeating. So people that are like, this is just so good, and not
Of
from
course.
like a
Of course, there's
it
even
tastes good way.
yeah. There's no one. I mean, apart from one particularly massive looking orc that seems to be just continuing that eating and just plates and plates worth, but there's still plenty for everyone else. There's no one out of sorts that does seem to have any suspicious looking uncharacteristic things going on.
Then I'll wander back over and I'll take a seat and I'll say, nope, looks fine.
Who would have thought offloading a fucking rock would be this difficult? Once again, I'm keeping an eye out for the mouse kingies.
Make another perception.
I'll say to the group, should I check out back when there's an opportunity?
You can if you want. It's up to you. You don't need our permission.
Well, it seems like whatever we do, they'll forget about it a week later, so have at it.
Thank you for the wine.
And I'll take my ale and poodle on over.
Wait,
Your cat's
Wait.
poodling.
we have to cheers first. It's tradition. You
I
cheers,
do like that tradition. That is
cheers the
nice.
glasses, and you have to make eye contact with everyone at the table, and then take a sip.
What happens if I don't make eye contact?
It's really bad luck.
Well, I don't want that.
It makes me feel like you don't care about me.
And
You're
I
just
look.
using me.
I'll take a step back and reach my hand out to cheers and look at both of them.
Your eyes.
And go like. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is the cat crack eye, and my pupils will go bigger for more
Alrighty.
vision.
Alrighty.
It's weird.
Night vision.
No, cheers them both and make sure I make solid eye contact with them.
I'll
as I
give you
take
a
a sip.
regular cheers, and then I'll look you dead in the eye, and I'll be a dick, and I'll say, yeah, beer frosts up.
It just bobbles over the top, and a lot of it just gets spilled onto the table and on your lap,
I'm standing up.
and on your knees and legs.
These patrons are shit, and I'm going to take advantage of that opportunity to go clean myself up behind the bar
Make a
and head
stealth
out
check.
to the kitchen area. I'm not using that dice.
Do you lick yourself clean?
I'm not an animal. 21.
21. 21
What was the
level
dice
one.
roll?
16 and a 5.
Sheesh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Good.
This is the opportunity when I'm assuming
Where are you getting all
Leela
these
is
pluses
away.
from?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Point
Where are you
boy.
getting all these pluses from?
Point
Yeah,
boy.
these two. That's the only ones I have.
Any negative ones off it?
Yeah,
got a
well,
lot
don't
of
have shit
negative
strength.
You
Jeez.
manage, you seem to manage to very quietly and very nonchalantly, as though you're not actually trying to sneak away, but quietly you do manage to not
He
meet the
dances
gaze or have the attention of anyone. And you find your way
Nah.
behind the bar
Yeah.
and around the corner. And in front of you,
Can I grab some glasses or something so it looks like I'm
Yeah.
cleaning up?
it all helps.
Yeah.
So, like one of the workers of the inn, you gather up a couple of empty glasses, a couple of half empty from other tables, and you make your way back behind the bar.
He really just wants to play a bartender in these campaigns.
Yeah.
So,
Ben the bartender. Bartender.
Ooh. What do I see?
As you turn the corner,
Food.
you look and you notice that there is a very large, dark wooden bench or table that encompasses in a very large square shape, the very center of this room that's almost the size of the inn itself.
No.
It's quite large, it's quite massive, and looking beyond that, around the outside of the walls, this heat emanates from small fireplaces that have pots of bubbling liquid. You smell stews, fish stews being cooked mostly. You do smell what seems to be very fresh bread. And you hear the cutting, and you see the cutting of fruits and vegetables as well. And you see as well this table on the right-hand side again, this bench that seems to have someone pouring nuts and legumes out into separate bowls. There are about 5 people here, and there seems to be one person, a human, an older gentleman that seems to be ordering or commanding everyone about. And he says things like, "Oh, put that over there. Yes, cut it up. Slices and dices and cubes. You cut the fish head. Yep, like, no, let me show you. And he's very gruff looking, long sort of orangey brown beard, tied up. He seems to be going over and also just teaching as well as bossing about. And you would assume that this is Haltoth, and you
Just bossing. So I started bossing.
Out of Ramsey.
yeah, and you also notice someone who is cloaked on the other side of the room, all hooded, doing this towards you.
What? There's an Italian in the kitchen.
Is it like a wash place where there's racked up glasses and?
Yes, there is also a couple of large basins to your left in the middle. That also has sort of spare spot, dirty cups, plates.
I'll put it all down like it's getting ready to be racked up and washed. And the person in the cloak, after seeing that, would I feel confident that I can just walk through here?
You're still not sure. But no one else is taking notice of this person who's just...
NVCDM's really offended that they're wearing a hood.
That's fair.
Oh, where is he? On the far end of the room.
This person is on the far end of the room, so directly opposite you.
Okay. Can you believe these people out here spilled beer on me? I'm going to have to go clean myself up.
Are you talking to yourself?
Just talking to myself out
Got it.
loud, yeah.
Thank you.
And if anyone hears, and I'll head towards the hooded man, and that is, hopefully I've read this right, and he's gesturing for me for a task.
Are you going up to this person or going to the basin?
As I'm cleaning myself up and talking to myself,
Okay,
put that there,
sure.
and I'm going to head over to the. No one else has noticed this guy do this.
Doesn't seem to be, no.
Some random dude.
I will head over to him as inconspicuous as I can, I guess.
Okay,
Has a cat in the kitchen.
Yeah. Muttering to myself about how shit the patrons are.
okay. As you do, the cloaked figure, particularly tall, but you don't really get a stance on who this is. There's no features that seem to stick out. Directly underneath the hood is almost complete darkness, though around you there's plenty of torches that are hanging from the ceiling. The fires are lit up. There's certainly some sort of magic going on here that shrouds this person, that either makes others not be able to notice this person and makes this person also a bit more obscure, almost like a shadow. As you walk up to this person, the gesture drops on the side, and it's a feminine hand that guides you, and you hear this voice underneath. Good. Good evening. Perhaps you can make your way out to the alley, and we can discuss some things there. Bring your friends, if you trust them.
Trisleth, I presume.
I do prefer Federal, but this will do.
My friends are fine, but I'd have to go back and get them. Can we meet you around another way?
You will exit through the front, and I will meet you there.
This is good. And you will tell me outside what brings you here?
If you trust your friend, yes.
I may have some quandaries of my own that you might be able to let me know.
Let us talk.
Then it shall be done. I'll see you out in the alley.
At your earliest convenience. And she starts to almost glide. Her steps are so quick and smooth. She seems to simply glide forward and quickly darts out of that doorway that you entered.
The one I entered
Into the kitchen.
into the kitchen, yeah. And I guess I'll head back to get my companions,
Okay.
and I'll
Are you, in the meantime, are you both doing anything?
Do you have anything first? I guess given that this is
Sipping on my wine happily.
And you still don't notice the Mouse King.
given that this first time Luna and Sid have probably been sitting there by themselves, part of the conversation. I think it's pretty clear we're probably not going to see eye to eye on a lot of things.
You are taller than me.
But
Not by much, but
to be honest, I find your incessant kindness off-putting. I don't really trust it. That said, though,
I don't
the
know
way-
if this is a compliment or not.
trying to be nice. The way that you work with Marjorie, I've been keeping an eye on it, and I think that's at least earned the benefit of the doubt.
Why don't you trust kindness?
I find it's generally a facade. People are too kind, in my experience, they've got an ulterior motive. I will say that horses are generally a better judge of character than I. So given that Marjorie's giving you the okay, you're like me, aren't you? You don't need to sleep as much as the others.
Well, no, not really. I like to, but I don't need to.
Well, provided no more bullshittery happens about this stone and we actually get to have a rest. If you're up for it, I'll show you why it means so much to me to get some of it out of that place, not leave it with those dickhead mages.
What do you mean? The stone?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll have to have a sleep, get up early, middle of the night when most people are up.
Okay. I know you don't trust kindness, but maybe you just haven't been to the right places or met the right people.
Perhaps.
There's a reason why I choose it, and that's because generally, it's never failed me so far. I don't really have any enemies.
No, I'd be careful trusting everyone.
Oh, I don't trust everyone, but I give everyone a chance. Unless they give me a reason not to.
Just don't be too naive.
I'm not naive.
Laugh again. Okay. Well,
Quite
provided we actually
insightful.
get to go to bed. But given that old Mouse King isn't here,
They're really small rooms though, so only one of us will get to go to bed.
we used it last time.
Yeah, but there
Or
was
did you
only
forget that?
one bed. So only one of us will get to go to bed.
I'll look around for Hood.
At that point, Hood does appear back around the kitchen, and without notice, heads towards you.
Can I grab another bottle off the bar as I walk past?
Sleight of hand that, yeah.
13.
Does he get advantage because I exist?
I've already got advantage because I got you in my life.
Oh, still not.
That was really sweet. It almost deserves advantage.
13 plus a 7, 20.
No one seems to bring up a fuss about it. start to drown yourself in booze again. It's a random bottle. You take a sip. The wine is a bit off this time, but it's still drinkable. A bit sour.
NVCDM said that was inspirational, our interaction.
So good to hear.
Life goals.
I guess anticipating him coming back, I'd be sliding the second ale across, but if he's got a bottle of wine, I'll slide it back.
Yep.
Would you like to try my wine?
Would you like to try my wine?
Not out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Wine's wasted on me.
What?
It all tastes the same. Sour grapes.
No,
Yes.
they're all different.
That's posh stuff that was in that theatre. Tasted the same as that $2 bottle over there.
Well, sometimes it does. Not everywhere.
Maybe something else I'll have to try at some point.
Maybe
If
it
you
will.
like,
Hood keeps interrupting me. It's quite rude.
I'm sorry. Continue.
It's okay, you go now.
Well, I was just going to mention that this wine's sour. Might match your personality.
Mine or his?
This one.
Okay, that's neither of us.
Mine. Oh, I mean his personality.
Yeah, okay. That was weird, Hood.
Sorry, I thought that looking at him would have made it obvious I was talking to him, but that's okay.
Okay. Anything interesting in the kitchen?
Oh, yes, we've got to go outside.
Why?
I've got a friend here.
It's warm in here.
Yeah, it's nice outside too.
Is it warm outside?
It was a bit colder now that
It's
the night's
cool
coming.
outside.
Yes, I like it. If you haven't noticed. Like,
You're covered in fur.
exactly.
Who are we meeting?
Just a friend.
What's their name?
Her name? Well, she likes to go by Villarel.
That's a mouthful.
Well, I feel like Trishlet's easier, but,
Do you think she'd let us call her Philly?
well, probably not. But you seem to be the most diplomatic one here. If you wish to call her this is up to you.
She's your friend.
Yes.
Let's meet her.
Sid?
Already halfway out the door.
As Sid does. Absolutely. Okay. As you
Head out to Ben to getting the name
thank
correct.
you. I don't know, the shoulders said otherwise when he said yes.
It is now.
Yeah.
as you
Let's rename every NPC this campaign.
beautiful. Thank you so
You
much.
didn't say no.
As you all head out, are you putting your drinks down or taking them with you?
I'm taking it with me.
I'm gonna take mine with me too.
I'll put the empty one down.
Okay.
Is there a more sneaky way for us to get around the back of the alley?
There's no other exit that you've seen,
Hmm.
if that's what you meant, if there's another exit
Oh, just
outside.
even when we go outside, if there's like a...
As you exit the inn on the left-hand side in the direction of a street,
behind the, yeah.
there's the stable first, and then a street beyond. On the right-hand side is just very, very close to it that you can't really squeeze through. There's a little gap, but then another inn, and then another, and then another. It's probably another maybe 60 feet before you actually get to another alley on the left. So you assume on the right is where Villarel is asking for you to head, but the stable comes before, and it's a bit hard to sneak there in broad daylight, but you can try.
Yeah, I guess,
Oh,
depending
look
if
at
they're...
Belly. 1,000
geez,
bits.
thank
you.
Ooh, thank
Gosh.
you. That's so sweet.
Much
Appreciate that.
appreciated.
You
So
are
very much
our
like
best
a Vello.
friend.
Thank you.
I guess I'll like gather these guys, and I don't know if it's possible to keep an eye out if anyone's watching as we're going
Sure.
through the other way. That's
Yeah,
probably the best thing to
perception
do.
check is fine.
That's worst roll. Perception, a 9 and a 3.
12.
12, yeah.
Looking around, the street in front of you is a little less busy now. You've been in the Inn of the New Day for probably about half an hour or so by the time the conversation has been had and that kitchen visit. So it's now getting to evening and dusk. The three suns are disappearing and are on the horizon, but only just. And that brings off this, like every day, this beautiful sheen of that light to medium red that makes up the end of every day on Vim. The sunset is vast, expansive, and colourful. Not a blood red, but a beautiful rose red. And it shines even as the stars and the moons come out. 10 moons come out to greet you and appear. But no one seems to be taking notice of you specifically.
Okay.
As you enter the alleyway. As you do that, I'm going to change this and quickly also change the card. So I'll just be a moment. Change the card.
Change the cards as they fall into your favor. Now, if you want a set of these cards, you can pick them up through Ardent Roleplay. And also on the Meeples and Dragon store. They sell them too. Super, super beautiful art. If you can see that. Or you'll see it on the stream shortly as well.
Market Square. So yes, please, if you would like to, you've got the Market Square there, and I've got these...
Is it Laneway, maybe?
I've got these cameras a little... Oh, my bad. I've got these cameras a little bit off, so bear with me while I just quickly look at it. No, it is... apologies. It is Marketplace.
Wait.
Apologies.
Marketplace.
It is Marketplace. Market Square.
Oh, no. We've got the wrong card in front of us. Oh, no.
Hey, look at that.
You got it? Straight up?
Nailed it.
Excuse me. I might need some time.
No, you're fine. You take your time. But,
Taking my time through the deck.
Sounds like a misinterpretation like last night. Last night.
What?
Last session.
What did we do last night? What did we do last night? Oh my god, it's a new day. What's happening here? There we are.
okay. Just bring this up for everybody
Watch this
as
be
well.
the last card in the deck.
It'll probably be.
Oh no.
Alright.
These are really freaking pretty though.
The card design, yeah. They are really cool.
It's not in here. That's okay. That's alright. I know where it is.
You do?
But for now.
I don't know if it's loaded in yet.
No, unfortunately, just bear with me. I just can't seem to see it in my app. I'm just going into the computer quickly, and then I'll bring it up for us.
It's not a Fate's Grip stream without some technical difficulties. How's the sound?
So I started technical difficulty.
Just
I
be a
will
moment.
say,
Ah,
if I can find it, there's a card that's got Hood on it. Captain Hood!
Is that a swashbuckler?
Are you based on Captain Morgan?
Is that, can we start calling you that, Captain Hood?
Oh, I'm going to call you Sailor Jerry.
Can that be your new
Talking
nickname?
about Sailor Jerry, I may get some.
Do you have some?
Yeah.
That's weird. Do you know what card I hope we never have to use? The torture chamber.
I'll probably just bring that out and have it like a circus.
You can have fun in there.
No.
Just trick you all.
I'm just gonna look through these once more to make sure that I haven't. Ooh, forgotten trunk.
What? I feel like that's a slang word right there.
You're a strange man.
What innuendo is forgotten trunk?
I don't know, just think about it.
Let's just decide whether that's stream appropriate. Hey, staff. I miss having a staff, hey.
Staff of power?
No, just a staff
That
that I
we
could
hardly used.
bop things with.
What's that, a powerful item?
Yeah. Oh, what's that? It's a purple relic thingy?
Ben at the end of last campaign. I wish we got some really powerful items we got to play with. Like the Staff of Power.
I had no use. I was trying to mill over my mind so many times during that. Like, what can I use this for?
There's a Lich card. No, thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I remember that.
Are you
I'll
looking
just-
at me because you're
I'll-
waiting?
Oh, no. I'm going to try one more time. I'll just be a moment while this loads. I'm just waiting for me to just reload the card in there, so apologies. Won't be long.
Hey, sound is great apparently. Thank you, Promethean. I
Thank
hope
you.
you're well.
Thank you for checking. Yes.
Hey, since he does it every stream that I tune into with these little exclamation point shout out that he does, shout out to Promethean for always shouting us out and being my
Shout out,
company
shout
on
out.
my commute to work every day while I watch him play Horizon Zero Dawn literally almost every morning.
Cannot wait for you to play the second one.
Me?
Promethean.
Oh, right.
And you as well.
Wow. Yeah, wrecked.
Hey, well, I've watched a lot of it as well.
Hello, Saz, by the way.
Is there any Oz Quest happening tomorrow?
Good question. I have to check their schedule. I never remember it. But I always get the notification. I'm like,
Well, maybe
What's
you
the
could
noise
let
I
the
make every
chat
time?
know, Mr. Promethean, if you are Oz questing tomorrow,
yeah, yeah.
where the real Aarakocras play.
We might, for now,
Are we going to go on a break?
as we enter into the alleyway, we might take our break now, if that's okay. A little bit early. We're going to spend 15 minutes on our break, and then when we come back, I'll see if I can get this ball rolling and show everybody
We're
the
going to
alleyway.
beat him up during the break.
100%. Just beat me up. That's fine. But don't go anywhere.
me up.
At the end of the break, wake me up. At the end of the break as well, we will announce our giveaway prize winner for the board gamer class, courtesy of Meeples and Dragons. So we'll be back in 15 minutes. Won't go, don't go anywhere.
When we don't go anywhere?
I'll never get over that.
Ciao, Mastro dello Domande.
Buonasera
You got
tutti,
that.
and welcome back. Yes,
Did you go and listen to that in another room?
No, I forgot about it until just then.
well done. Hey, we've got a winner for the Meeples and Dragons board game glass.
I thought you meant a board game then. I was like, what? They released a board game and I don't know about it? What's going on?
One day maybe. Hey, I would be I'm very honoured and very happy to announce that the winner of this glass is Firewind_42. Yeah!
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Firewind!
Get some.
Wind of
Congratulations.
fire!
Please continue. Hey, congratulations.
42!
Congratulations, Firewind_42. You are the winner of the glass this month with this month's giveaway. And we will be contacting you on Twitter with a private message to get some details from you to send this glass to you. Fantastic. Excellent work.
Fan. You
Fantastic.
won.
What?
Fan. Whatever.
Beautiful.
What's happening?
So, everyone should see now as we head back into the scene in front of us, the alleyway. As you walk forward, it's a fairly long alleyway where these wooden roofed homes rise up on both sides. In fact, the other side is the inn proper. And down this alleyway you see, at the very end, the woman in the cloak. Now, the hood taken off her head, revealing a almost white-skinned, tall high elf with fiery red hair and this very thin gaze towards you. Huh?
Did you loaded this out, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, good.
I was just saying it looks cool.
Oh, good.
No, you were questioning me like I
No, I was
wasn't supposed to
thinking-
be
I
able
was-
to see it.
I was concerned that you couldn't. Good.
Who's been breaking all the roofs?
Are you asking that in character?
Well, I guess as a character, I'd be on ground level and wouldn't be able to see
Wouldn't
it.
be able to
so-
see it. That's fair.
DM, who's been breaking all the roofs?
Old Reki has the reputation for old, being that the houses have been there for a little while, and that perhaps some of them are not upkept.
Is that where it got the name Reki as well?
Ah,
Got wrecked.
yeah.
The buildings
Sorry, back to it.
look cute as heckery.
And beside,
Reki.
please look in this spectator
Also,
code.
that model at the end is moving, like breathing.
Yeah. Super.
It's
specific.
really cool.
She's my girl, I think.
Ask Jet, are you going to be my girl?
Lol.
So,
Yes. As you walk up, you also notice two city guards that are quite close by, a little ways down in the alley. They just seem to be idle, watching the scene in front of them. As you start to walk towards who you believe and you have described to you as Tresseth, your contact. So Philorel waits for you to head up. Are you all going all the way to her?
yeah.
Doing anything up until then?
Just be following Hood's lead. This is his jam.
Okay.
Come on, you're about to meet someone impressive.
More impressive than you.
How impressive. Impressive how? What can she do?
A lot.
Like what?
Disguise herself.
Really?
Jump up and down, left, right.
What?
She's
You joking?
one of stealth.
Like you?
Well, not quite like me. I'm probably slightly better, but she's
Okay.
quite good. You could learn something from her.
Okay. I can jump already.
Welcome. It is good to see you. It's good to see you, Hood. Could you introduce your guests, your friends?
Of course, this is Luna.
A pleasure, Luna. And she holds out
I
her
was
hand.
gonna
She
say.
holds out her hand. She shakes it.
She is of. I do know your whole, like,
What do you know?
Luna.
You know a hole?
What is my name?
This is not in character.
What is my name, Hood?
She is of family Taro.
I've heard of the family Tarot.
Really?
Of reputation. Yes, it is a good reputation. As far as I'm aware, you hold yourselves high and rich.
We have money.
It is good.
I don't know if rich is the right term, but definitely.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Expect to hear from them soon.
What? How do you know?
What? They have quite loud voices.
Okay.
And you are?
This is my honest and dashingly handsome friend, Sid.
I would
the
not
generous.
call you handsome drow, but welcome. If you are in the company of Hood, then I'm
Come on,
assuming...
take one more look. Wrap around one arm around her.
And I'll
She
Pull out the
gazes
loot.
at your hand upon her shoulder, but doesn't flinch.
pull out the loot and just give her a little power review.
Make a performance check, please.
Why are you gonna make me roll? 8.
An 8. One of the strings comes a little bit loose, but doesn't break entirely. It looks like you'll need to do a bit of tuning, and the note is a little bit off, but it's passable to what your standard is. And you
Lol.
give off a merry tune. Perhaps I can teach you something like that in a little while.
Yeah, I heard you can jump up and down and left and right.
And B and A.
And what?
I'm sorry, what?
That's what Promethean said.
Be a, what am I?
Yes.
Be a what?
It's cheat code for Sonic, isn't it? Or is it Mortal Kombat? I don't know.
That was ABACABB.
Ah, right.
Blood code. Never forget.
These words,
What?
I don't think you mean what
Is
you
that
what you
actually
think
it?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I trust our business can be said in the company of these people.
Well, of course, yes. We've just been on a. Am I right? I think you said before it was a couple of week journey, but right, up and down would have been. We've just been on a few week journey to the mountains and brought back some interesting finds.
What did you find?
Small sample would be this, and I pull out one of the shards from the opal and hold it up to her.
Interesting.
She doesn't hold it. She looks at it in your hand. Looks pretty. Fetches a good price then.
Well, this we're working on just now.
We
but
haven't sold it yet.
You
For my
intending to
friend.
sell it?
Apparently everyone wants it, but we can't get rid of it.
Yes, we had a run-in with the Mage Guild.
I would steer clear of them if I were you. They are
Yes.
in trouble.
Yeah, sanity at last.
Mm. The head guy seems like he'd be a riot at parties.
Yes, we got caught in this chain of events where he tried to drown us. He cut his hand off, said something special about the stone.
What did he say?
Well, what we've observed is that it has some pretty good healing properties.
Healing. It would fetch some trade then. Perhaps this would be useful to you in payment. But we have some other funds that we can offer. I did
Well-
not come here for conversation, but it is good that you are making a name for yourself as a finder of rare things.
How long have you known Hood for?
How long has it been now? Some years.
Like how many?
Plenty. What is it?
Like upwards of 10?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, we've run into one another here and there as...
We don't speak to each other too often, but when we do, it is good to reminisce.
Hmm.
Do you have any, like, funny stories about Hood?
Yes.
Come on now.
If you do not wish me to tell, I will not tell.
No. Keep them happy.
Fair enough.
Particularly her.
Please do.
It will be a mystery to you, my dear. I'm sorry, Luna. But perhaps you can rustle it from his own lips at some point. But
Hey,
for
Hood,
now,
tell me your stories.
but for now, we
Sorry,
must
my
discuss
Amara showed then. Hey, Hood, tell me your stories.
Oh, how you doing there, big fella?
That's Amara when she's dead.
Yeah.
Do not be alarmed by the guards. I've paid them off so that they are simply here as
Guards?
guards, but for us. For a time.
Who are you hiding from?
Not hiding, just not wanting any prying ears to overhear our conversation.
Who's your enemy?
Enemy. It's a strong word.
Who do you hate the most?
Well,
Hate.
Luna, remember how we talked about sometimes you don't ask too many questions?
It is
We
okay.
never spoke about that.
Well, I believe you mentioned something along the lines when we were talking about Leela.
What are you talking about? You were mean to her. She didn't like you, so I told you to stop bothering her.
That's what he
Look
offered.
fair.
Perhaps I should employ you. See,
Yeah.
you seem to get to the point, and that's what we are here for. If you don't mind. Serala Aleth sends her regards. She has sent me here, the daughter that you saved.
Hmm.
And she needs help trying to free Voloi, Aleth. If you are inclined to start, perhaps, a trail of preparation for this.
If you have information on this, then this is something I want to attend to immediately.
Good. I'm glad we see that like this similarly. But the first thing is, while your compatriots of, you know who, are preparing their own plan,
Who?
I'm sorry, there are certain things that only Hood's ears should be privy to. I'm sure he trusts you, but just for my own protection.
Luna, perhaps this conversation would be best in private.
No. The information that I will give you can have your companion's clothes. So, some ingredients and other tools to prepare for perhaps a rescue.
So early?
It is early days. I will trust that these ingredients are certainly not easy to come by, so it will be a task for you simply to get these. But it's a start. Prepare for me spider silk rope, as much as you can carry. Red zrit jewels, 2 of them.
So red.
Zrit, Z-R-I-T-T, jewels, 2 of them, about the size of my thumb. 7,
So jewels?
these are jewels. 7 mag mushrooms, sliced,
You've already. No, sorry.
and a fang of a vampire, and a potion of flying.
A
These
potion
are
of
flying. These ingredients I will need. This plan is slow moving. There is no great hurry, but the longer you do leave it as well, the more trying times perhaps are ahead. One other thing. We do not have the funds to offer to have you buy them. They will need to be procured perhaps another way. However, whatever means necessary. without you stepping on too many toes. You still want to give yourself a good reputation. And the Ulmiko clan.
Out of these, can I roll like a? Would I be told willingly? Out of these ingredients, is the vampire fang going to be the hardest one to get?
You've been on trade quite a bit.
Yeah.
You've been around at marketplaces and traders. Ingredients for things like alchemy, potion making, includes most of these. In terms of what's the hardest to get, they're all just actually very expensive. And that's why Philorel was inclined to consider other means to get them. But,
Yeah.
But
What
they're
would be
not-
the most labor intensive to?
You've actually seen most of these at marketplaces,
Yeah.
in shops to sell. The hardest that you've never actually seen spider silk rope before.
Okay. And how would you, pray tell, guide me on the spider silk?
You can kill many spiders and collect the silk. You can procure spider silk from merchants and perhaps make your own, but it is not easy. You will need the help of a magician, a wizard. I've not seen too many examples myself that are genuine.
Yeah.
Perhaps asking around, asking to see if there are any merchants or tailors or people that might be able to acquire such an ingredient in a
Could
task
Selena
for you.
not help with this?
Hmm?
Could Selena not help with this?
Selena's doing other planning.
Ugh. This useless Kalashna.
Sometimes, at the moment, she's getting better.
I do look forward to seeing her.
She does often speak of you, highly. I'd offer that you do the same for her. She's trying.
Okay. These things I'll try. And where would I deliver them to? Is there a safe house here?
Go to the council when you've collected all these ingredients, the council house, just north of here. Ask for me.
There's a council house in Old Recky.
There is.
Okay.
At that point, could I get you, just while you're concentrating on this discussion with Philorel, could I get yourself, Luna, and Sid to make me a perception check, please?
I don't know why I bother rolling.
I know why I do.
Another one, is it?
No, it was a 9, but
What does that add up to in total?
that
9?
total is 9.
Okay.
-1.
22.
22 on your perception. Okay.
Jeez.
Sid, you're also concentrating on this and also looking up at the roof, starting to think that they look a little bit worn. Though you can't see too much from the top down. Luna, you look over, and I'm going to give you this only to see,
Ooh. Once
and
again-
obviously spectators.
Once again, Luna killing it.
I'll interject into Hood and Philorel's thing.
Okay.
If you're looking for a means of escape, I'd watch the roofs. They don't maintain them well here. It's important information if you're as perceptive as me. You find these things and you plan ahead.
That is good to know. I was
Philorel,
aware
what
that
do you think? We put him on the books?
not with that pair of eyes. I saw that a mile away. Prove yourself.
Fucking this guy.
I'm going to make my way over towards the barrel. Just have a closer look at it. I'm not going to...
As you walk over to the barrel, it does seem like there is some sort, as you're walking towards it, seems like there's some sort of very light green or blue looking fumes that seem to be just smoking from the in-betweens of a lid that's on the top of it.
Does it have like a scent, or can I determine what it is?
Yeah, that perception check that you've got, that you made, does have, you have a sense of sort of a acrid.
Bless you. Michele's making up for the time that I had to run away on the stream and sneeze every 2 seconds. Poor guy.
It's all good. So,
Acrid.
acrid scent. Nothing flavorful.
Like dead?
No, not even dead. Just almost. As it reaches your nostrils, they tend to start to tickle and burn a little bit.
Is it a liquid or is it a fume?
You're going over to have a bit of a look?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go over to have a bit of a look, you notice that the lid is on it, but it is loose. Did you want to look inside to see whether it's what element it is?
I would, but not with my bare hands.
Okay.
So, do I have anything? I don't know if I have anything. Sorry, give me 30 seconds.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into my mess kit that now has a cup of mud in it, but also has some now probably muddy cutlery. I'm going to take the knife out and just edge the lid off if I can.
All right.
Just a little bit, not like a slither.
Sure. As you start to just push that lid, you can hear the sounds of bubbling. As you peek over, you see that there's this reactive liquid of green and blue swirling that's bubbling and bobbling around almost to the brim, and it's getting more violent and more violent as it just stirs and shakes.
Like bubbling upwards?
Bubbling upwards.
I'm moving back.
As you move back, you turn, and you two and Philorel see that Luna has turned and starting to come away from this barrel that was in the middle of the alley. All of a sudden, it explodes outward. And immediately the acid, and I'll get you all to have a look at what comes next in the ardent.
Oh no!
It explodes outward, and you see the acid just rush everywhere and around you, and immediately the wood and whatever straw that's on these thatched roofs just alight
Oh no!
and completely combust all around you. I need everyone here to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh!
Can I?
And Luna, you're a bit closer, so you go with disadvantage, please.
I'm the healer. Oh, it's the exact same roll.
Have I seen this outside my peripherals?
No, you were still talking to Philorel.
All right. If I have the opportunity, dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Yes.
24.
Okay. You'll take half damage.
22.
22, half damage.
13.
13, not half damage.
16 points of damage.
I'd survive.
Everyone's dead.
Barely. I'm the healer.
If I can, I'll shield my friend
Philorel?
Pharrell with my body.
Hurrah.
Philly
Philorel
cheesesteak.
is Billy. Shield her? Like use the spell shield?
No, just with my. I'll be like, ugh.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Okay. 11 points of damage.
I go unconscious.
All right. And 5 points for you, both of you. as you watch the two guards immediately get burnt almost to a crisp, and they fall as you can see their skin start to melt from this acid that explodes outward and cause the wood to start aflame with this green and orange flicker. Luna, first of all, you feel this massive burning all along your back of your neck and your back and your legs, and you just straight down, face down in the dirt.
Starting the campaign how I ended the last. Dead.
Unconscious. But you two are burnt on your arms, but otherwise you're fine. Philorel is fine as well. She just wipes a little bit from her sleeve and goes straight over to you, Luna.
Yeah, I guess I'd do a quick look around to see if anyone is attacking.
Make a perception check.
I'll draw my sword. Federal, take care.
Ugh. Them roofs are pretty damaged still up there. I wonder if it's from all these acid barrels. That was a 4.
Yeah, no, your focus is too much on Luna and the flames around you. It is quite a heated furnace right now. Hood, what did you get?
I actually just said I drew my sword.
Yep.
And,
Looking around,
sorry?
Looking around?
Yeah, and just said for Villarreal, take care, please.
She's already over at Luna, and she puts one hand on her back, which is the closest surface area, I guess, to you, and you can see that there is a little bit of light, blue light, that emanates from her hand, and you regain 1 hit point. And you are conscious again.
Okay. I was going to say, but I'm 2 under.
I guess while that was happening, I'd also be approaching, and I'll take out a chunk of the stone that I had from when we originally dug it up. And I guess it'd be happening at the same time as this, so you'd wake up to me putting the stone on your forehead and just spitting on you.
Jeez.
Roll a d4 for me.
That is a 4.
You take 3 points of healing back.
We're about to...
Man.
Well, you're still giving me -1s on the healing?
Because of the spit, sure.
Where are
It's
you
lubricant.
spitting on me?
It's gonna
I've
last
got it on your
longer.
head as well.
Gross.
You're already conscious as Sid comes over and just hocks onto that
with the stone.
with the stone.
Oh,
That
really?
smear of thick
It was
water.
either this or pee.
I'm glad that you picked the saliva. Ow.
You okay?
What happened?
You exploded a barrel?
Bad vibes. I don't like it out here.
Villarreal is still over you and next to you, Sid, and she says, this was probably preempted. Someone knows we're here. We should not stay. Hood, you
Why
have
are
your
you all
task.
your meeting in alleys? You should just rent a room or like...
Villarreal. Do you think it was them?
And the fourth rule? I would think so, but I'm not sure. But they are our rivals. I cannot see why it could be anyone else. And she sort of pats herself down a little bit. Have you seen my money pouch?
Did I share one on her?
Look, you did actually. You did. Looking at the floor as she was on that trajectory that she was running towards Luna. You can't see anything on the ground, but you did notice that she had a little bit of a brown pouch now missing.
Can I roll a perception check to see
Sure.
what I've seen?
She's also sort of looking on the ground now that she knows that you're conscious again.
I'm gonna get up, obviously.
Yep.
That's not right.
I would double check. I should still have the
Yep.
thing on my shoulder.
You do.
If she's saying that, I'll just check. Nothing's missing.
Nothing of yours seems to be amiss, no.
11.
Looking around on the ground, on her person, doesn't seem to be there. She says, not to worry, not to worry. It's not, it wasn't much in there. But please, you should go.
And quickly, you should know. We've been supporting the Mouse King for a short time.
And?
Why are the Fae after him?
Should we do this when we're not standing next to some dead guards?
Yes, there could be more coming. And you can see the guards have
they
been
dead?
roasted.
Okay.
Absolutely roasted. They're gone. Yep.
Alright.
I'm going to make my way over to the guards. And like I did with the drow, I'm going to pull out some flowers and place it on their bodies and grow them larger and like try to hide the gory parts.
All right. You can see that their skin has been sort of bubbled and burning along the face and the neck, and you can see the blisters have just bubbled out so much.
Yeah, just the idea of hiding the grossest parts with flowers.
I'm going to say to Philareth, be on your way. I'll walk out for the signs, and we should see each other soon. I've got some ideas, and
You can get the ingredients. Acquire them. She gives you a bit of a wink.
I will try. And you've seen what I can do when I do.
Good luck. Good to see you again. Under these circumstances, anyway.
No.
Fun, like we used to have.
Yes. I look forward to doing this again to the 4th.
She hurries away without another word and goes left outside of the alley
Thank
and out
you.
of sight. She turns in that moment and gives you, particularly you, just a bit of a finger wave.
Finger wave. Can I rush over to one of the bodies and loot it?
Make an investigation check.
I'm
as
looking
you
for
loot
something
it.
specific though.
Oh, what are you looking for?
Guards, yeah.
You're looking for guards? They're right there.
And just put flowers on them.
Or both of them, or
Yeah.
okay.
But you can still investigate.
I'm looking for any like insignia or something that that a guard would have to prove that they're a part of the guardsmen or the watch of of the Reki
Sure.
city.
You, in terms of symbols, you haven't really done this before to see if there's anything particular.
Rings, anything that they would have.
Yeah, on their person in passing, you've noticed they've had maybe shields. You've noticed that with the symbol of
Navy
old-
SEALs.
Yeah, maybe seals, and on their tunics as well. This large rose, this black rose, that represents Old Reki. You see that already on these guards, but if you want anything more specific, you can roll investigation.
It's a large black rose, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I will actually. Like, I don't know, dog tags or something.
Dog tags.
Uh,
This one's called Lucky.
lucky large black
If found, call.
rose. That's a good roll. It doesn't mean that it's going to help. What was it? Investigation?
Yeah.
That's an 18 plus a 4.
Okay.
22.
As you easily you have all of these for some reason. You didn't notice it. You assume it's Luna. You notice that she's put flowers on. It's very difficult to look more intricately on the guards for this sort of thing, so you just brush them aside. They sort of fall around them. And you find immediately what you're looking for, what you think you're looking for, which is a necklace. And you've seen in passing all these guards seem to have this brown string around their necks, and that goes into a silver pendant. These pendants of silver are different shapes, sizes, but they all seem to have that same dark stone that's carved into a black rose.
Okay, cool. Black rose.
And you find both of them.
Pendant. Oh, both of them, okay.
As in, both of the guards have them on them.
I'll take both if they're intact.
Yeah, they are.
After the acid.
Sure.
And I'll hold it up and then pocket it. This could come in handy later.
Shall we fuck off?
Yeah, I'm making
Yes,
my way
hanging
back
around here
towards
is not ideal. I'd hate if one of those other kegs go off.
Inn of the New Day.
So what of our friend inside?
I didn't see him before we came out here. I'm also a bit sus in this place. I really don't want to lose my memory before we get rid of this fucking rock.
I'm really burnt and I would like a shower.
Might I have a look, Luna?
At what?
At your burns.
Why?
Well, no, I may have something for it.
I guess.
You can tell me if this does anything. I've got a healing kit.
You've got bandages, poultices in there.
Yeah, just to soothe any discomfort she may have. I don't actually think it'll heal her.
It won't, but it will make her more comfortable.
Maybe after I bathe?
You're gonna wait until then?
Well, I'd like to clean anything out of it.
You're stronger than most men are.
Well, strength isn't waged by a gender.
Well, sorry. Most peoples I've dealt with. Good for you, Luna. Let's hurry on then.
Okay.
And I guess we're just
Where are you
in the
heading to?
alleyway, yeah? We're not gonna go... Are we going to head back into the inn?
Well, at least we know we can stay there, and Marjorie's there. We can't leave her there.
Sid?
And I don't really want to hunt for an inn to stay in this late. Well, in the afternoon. Evening.
This is where we're supposed to meet this mouse, yeah?
Yeah.
Last I remember, yes.
And I guess if we can
It's also
make
where
an even more
Tyniet.
everlasting impression on Leela.
It's also where Tyniet was going to meet us. And
Well, Luna
Vello.
does bring up a good point. Strong memory as well. Alright, then it's here we're going to be staying.
Go back into the inn.
You can
Alright.
steal some more bottles of wine. Wait, I didn't see that.
I don't need
No, you
any
didn't.
more. Would you like some? I can get some for you.
If you're paying for it. Don't hiss at me.
Luna, you'll appreciate these skills one day.
I don't not appreciate them. They're just not for me.
Right now. Come on, let's head inside. Sid?
Already walking in
Yep.
the door.
Sid is always in front of you, even though you call out for him to come along. You find
Makes me
yourself
feel like a leader.
you find yourselves
Steady
back in
always.
the inn. Once again, Leela is just trying her very best now on her hands and knees and a towel to get this stain off the floor. And you pass her by as you go into the room. You find that a lot of the tables have cleared, about half of them. So there's plenty of options to get a little bit more away from the bar and sit if you'd like, but more into the crowd. The cow on the spit is now about half done, but still slowly spinning on its own accord around the fire, which seems to still be stoked. And
I'm
the-
just a cow on a spit.
Let's get this picture of like 4 legs out. Rotation.
It's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got also vegetables underneath where the drips are being cooking it as well.
Cow fat.
Yeah.
Cow fat potatoes, yum.
And you sit. Are you sitting and waiting, or doing what?
I'm gonna look at these two and say, if it's okay with you, I might try and clean myself up and then come back down. Is that okay?
Perhaps our friend behind the bar might have something for you.
Leela,
Correct.
I mean like a room.
You
How
wish
long
to
can I
rest?
stay? No, not to rest, just clean myself up. And then I'll come and meet you in the Mouse King. You have better rapport and business with him anyway.
If he ever shows up here.
I don't think he likes me very much.
Why would you think that?
Because we don't see eye to eye. He's
Well,
really
he's-
small.
Quite short in comparison.
I've also tried to actively convince you all to not align yourselves with him in front of him. So I don't think he'll miss me too much. But I'll come back down. I won't be long.
Luna, you forget yourself. It was you that saved him.
No, that's Leela. She forgets herself.
Alright, Luna, you do what you want, but you give yourself discredit.
It was Luna, wasn't it?
Ah!
And Leela sort of looks up and sees you all entering and gives you both a bit
I
of a
make
nod.
that actual noise. The
Sorry, I'm sorry to scare you. It was Luna Tarot, yes?
Yeah,
As in the Tarots, the family.
yeah.
I wasn't aware. I'm so sorry. Your reputation precedes you.
Thank you.
You
You you don't remember me from the first time?
Yes. Well, just before.
No, like 3 weeks ago. We were here.
I'm so sorry. No, I apologize.
You liked me, you didn't like the others.
I'll take your word for it. They seem
Luna,
they
come
seem
on, I think
pleasant
she
enough.
liked me.
But anyway,
Leela,
someone-
you liked me.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
You liked Sid too.
I mean,
Look at him.
You
He's got his
did.
I
bed.
don't know you very
I
well.
will say, you did like Sid a lot, actually. In fact, maybe a little too much.
But,
You were a bit
if-
grabby.
I'm so sorry if there was any. I did not intend any.
No, it was.
I'm married.
it- What?
Oh my God, really?
I don't think. Okay. I
Quite
take
a
it all
five.
back.
What?
Huh?
Anyway, someone dropped by to look for you.
What the- Whoa.
Someone dropped by to look for you. And she sort of rummages in her apron that she's wearing, and she pulls up
Nothing else cute, is there?
a letter,
Ooh.
and she puts it onto the bench. Someone said it's for you. I didn't get an understanding of whom.
What
it
did
was
they
from.
look like?
Just a city messenger.
Oh. Thank
They
you.
tend to be around the city quite a lot, delivering letters, parcels, things like that.
Okay. Thank you.
That's
Do they
okay.
do long distance deliveries?
Well, if you pay them, you pay them, and they will go on long travels. Yes.
Where can they be found?
Well, there are companies spread all over Old Reki. More specifically, the Guild District will have. If you ask around, there will be some messenger services there. And you know the Guild District is to the east, essentially, past the Garden District.
Was that where the underground was?
Yes.
Ugh.
A room for the night.
Of course. Well, you are Luna Tarot, of course. Have the room is on me.
Oh, no, please.
No, I insist.
Honestly, it's fine.
Well,
My friends are staying too, so.
the only real thing we needed are some produce and perhaps some meat for the morning. Unless you again want to pay by
I can give you some gold to acquire these things.
just the one.
I
Okay.
can get you some meat.
Oh,
Go to the cow, grab some, and bring it back.
oh no.
For the morning, Sid.
Just watch you go and come back with that.
Please ignore him.
More. Oh.
Deal has been
You were
struck.
in jest. I'm sorry. I'm not
What are
one
you
for
in jest
humour much these days, but
This room, does it just
was
have
quite funny, Sid.
the one bed?
yes, it does. I'm sorry. Each
No,
room does have
it's-
one.
It's okay. May I get a second?
Yes, we have one more
The
spare.
boys can sleep in one, and
Of course.
I and Vello will sleep in another.
Yes, not a problem at all.
Bella's not here.
She is
She
Going
is
to be-
tasked.
coming back soon. Do you have anywhere that I could get cleaned up, maybe? I seem to have hurt myself.
You do look a little wary, but we do have a washroom. It's in use at the moment, but I clean it after every use, obviously, so it's nice and clean. Give me 20 minutes.
Okay. Can you come and fetch
Yes,
me?
yes. I'll let you know. She, from the bottom of the bar, she brings up 2 keys, and for
Thank
different
you.
rooms.
And I'll hand the boys one.
All right.
The boys.
Oh, you have a good evening, and feel free
you seen a small person? Like,
Plenty.
yay big?
Oh, specifically.
Yeah, in a cloak.
Oh, is it a child or
A mouse.
a mouse in a cloak?
You must remember the Mouse King.
The Mouse King.
No, just a mouse in a cloak. Usually accompanied by drow.
I usually trap them when we don't really let them into our kitchens.
He's dead. I whisper that to Sid.
I'm sorry, no. I don't recall. Should I have?
No, it's fine.
Tell me, how have you been?
Well. Otherwise, you're very generous, lot. We hardly know each other, and you're already asking for my well-being.
I did meet you 3 weeks ago.
You're very kind. Yes, you keep saying, but something is amiss. I
That's okay.
seem to have.
You're a busy businesswoman.
I do own the inn. It is a.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
I hear traumatic experiences can make people repress memories.
Yeah, particularly if you put that torture? You put that, different campaign. Particularly when you put that trauma in their face and laugh at them.
Yes. I've heard. It was around the time you told me that I had a free tab here at the bar.
Make a deception check.
Can I, if
free
she is,
At least it's a +3 for a 7.
never mind, I'm not going to do
A
that.
7?
Yeah.
No, go on.
If I actively see him lying, I'm going to pat her on the back and be like, don't listen to him and guide her on her
Is he lying or
opposing
making a joke?
role.
What's that?
Is he lying or making a joke?
It's still deception
Right, I'm
regardless. Yeah. She looks over to you, Luna, and gives you a bit of a wink and a smirk. Aha. Well, in jest, I know, but I'd never do that, especially for acquaintances.
Not even for the personal bodyguard of a tarot.
No. I know you by reputation, but I do apologize.
Oh, I'm
Miss
not.
Tara.
Please treat him how you would like to.
You're very humble.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir. No. Sid, was it?
Yeah, I noticed your bear rug was missing a head. I actually have one that would probably match it. If we could trade maybe for some drinks?
I could do that. Yes, I think that's. It's an odd situation. I'm assuming one of the tavern, one of the patrons.
Completely unrelated bear. And it seems to fit right on the shoulders of this one.
If you have someone that can sew it up, like sew it back together,
I can.
actually hide that stitching for you.
Perhaps overnight I can do that, and then in the morning.
I'll make
If-
it even prettier.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll whisper to Sid, okay, something's up. That's very obvious. And she still didn't click on.
Anyway, I'll have a wine, please.
White or red, or purple.
Whatever you think is nicest.
The purples are great.
Okay, I trust you.
And she procures this light purpley water.
Is it glowing? Because
It's
the
not
last
glowing.
purple glowing thing
not.
I
It's
saw
not.
killed someone.
It's not. It's she also actually takes her own glass and has a bit of a sip and sweet.
And I may have this to trade with you, perhaps for a jug of ale. And I present a flask of red wine that I took from the bar.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting. It's been opened and somewhat drunk, and it seems to be something that I normally have in stock.
Interesting, but you just took a sip of hers. I've got some out of this.
She didn't sip mine. She has her own glass.
Good. Surely this bear head, specifically matching this, is a unique enough item to at least.
Would you
have
like
our
to try
tab-
this wine,
Have our
Sid?
tab covered for the night.
Would you like to try this purple
is it?
wine?
Actually, to be honest, a bearhead, yes. I think it is intimidating and grand feature, I will allow your drinks on for the trade for the evening, for the trade for the bearhead.
Then a fine trade it is. And once again, I'll put the bear head on the bar.
Okay. She takes it and just puts it behind the bar, out of sight.
And I will taste your wine.
The wine is this very sweet. It almost doesn't even taste like grapes, but there's just such a fruit salad mix to this that you can taste these aftertones of banana and hello trolls and other tropical fruits, almost like a punch more than the wine, and sweet all the way down.
Not all wine tastes the same.
I'll grimace as I swallow it. Yeah, it still tastes like shit to me. I'll pass it back.
How much shit have you eaten?
At this point,
Quite
Leela
a
just
lot.
steps
Quite
back
a lot
in
by this
shock
point.
and just starts to sweep and try not to be noticed.
Shall we?
Oh, weren't you going to clean up?
Oh, I've got to wait 20 minutes for the washroom.
And then I guess we'll find a table, and I'll tuck the rock that's in the blankets. Yes,
Okay.
maybe even loop the rope around my leg
Yep.
and keep it close.
As you sit down at the table with drinks continually coming to you from Leela or from other workers throughout the evening, you continue to wait for the Mouse King without success. The night continues on and gets quite dark, but for the fire that's in the middle that seems to almost unnaturally become brighter as the darkness comes over the land. And it seems to be using that light to shine these beautiful shadows along the walls of the Inn of the New Day. Leela works non-stop, making sure the goings and comings of the patrons are well fed and pay in wheat or in gold or in their own specialty. You can see some exchanges of fish, of beautiful looking flowers, of other sorts of ingredients for unknown reasons that Leela seems to accept without a problem. And the night goes on. And you do wash up at that point as well and become quite clean and much, much more comfortable.
I feel better. I say to no one in the room. No. Once I am clean, I will rejoin my friends wherever they are.
At some points throughout this, I guess. So, what's up with the little clandestine meetings in the alleyway?
Well, you're not with us at the moment, are you?
She comes back.
Sounds right. Well, I am an agent of my own house, and the money that I'm seeking isn't for me, but for a family. I owe great debt to them, and I wish to see them to good health.
I thought you didn't have a family.
Well, I do and I don't. Not one by blood, but one by pack. And,
Family isn't always blood.
well, no, but I must admit I've been through some things, and I'm just growing into this role. I must admit I also am sorry, Luna. I've struck out at you once or twice about this, and I don't do this for myself, I do it for someone else.
You struck out at me for what?
About why I want gold.
I wasn't offended by that. I get it, you want gold, that's fine. I don't think we need to hurt people to get it.
Well,
All of the situations we've been in so far, are not necessarily handled poorly by us, but they could have been handled better. On both sides.
Well,
Not everyone is out to get you.
Well,
Just like not everyone, and I'll look at Sid when I say this, just like not everyone is kind.
I'll wait for you to respond if you want to.
so Cutie McBooty in the alley mentioned something about you saving someone's daughter. What's going on with this Cirilla? Are you a bona fide hero?
Selena?
Selena.
Well, a hero is not what I am. And if I was, I probably wouldn't be here right now with you all.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I was stuck in something that I wish I could have done better at.
Pretty much describes the last 3 weeks.
Well, yes, we all have to learn, yeah?
Yes.
The point is, what you asked me, the journey that I'm going to be on, and I hope we're in it together. Confrontation is going to come.
I'm not naive enough to believe that confrontation is completely avoidable. All I'm saying is that when it can be resolved without it, it's worth trying.
I think so. Confrontation is the reason why I'm here, though, too. This has been easier than what I've just come out of.
Good.
I'm starting to think that confrontation isn't avoidable. I mean, you look at everything we've done. We came here to meet someone originally. Someone died. We went to find something. We got attacked by stone gargoyles. Just tried to walk with a rock. And the Fae shaved about 3 years off my life, annoying the shit out of me. Tried to walk through a town. Some bozo dragged us into an underground tavern and cut off his own hand.
To be fair,
That was quite weird. I don't know why you
he
did
did
that.
invite us first.
There's a difference between an invitation and vaguely
There was an
veiled
invitation
threat.
at first.
Maybe he's one of those sadists from up Haval. You know, they cut their hands off and then they, get happy with it.
Is that the mixing business with leather type
Yeah, I think so.
situation?
Hey,
Weird.
Firewind_42 just joined the chat. Hey, buddy, congrats on winning the Board Gamer Glass. We'll contact you shortly.
Congratulations.
And then just now we went to
Puts a new spin on numb hand.
meet a friend in an alley apparently and got exploded by acid.
Terrible.
Yes, actually, now that you mention all these things, Sid, our last 3 sessions have been quite productive in the area of violence. Luna?
And you can't blame the acid barrel on me. I had nothing to do with that.
I never blamed it on you.
Just saying, it seems like conflict is pretty unavoidable at times.
I never said that it was completely avoidable. You're missing the point entirely. You're listening to what you want to hear instead of what I'm actually saying. Both of you.
Yes, I am completely right. Thank you.
No.
Okay. If you want to hear what you want to hear, then that's okay. I get it.
It's fine, I understand.
Well, you don't,
I do.
based on what you're saying.
I know I have a friend back in the council, or the house. Brie. She wouldn't want to see harm done to us. Not anyone. She's a sweet girl. Kind of reminds me a little of you, but she's wee young. She's the reason why I do these things.
I'm glad you have a reason.
And I hope she grows up as protected.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
As you're speaking, you also notice that you seem to be some of the only people now in the inn left. There's only one other table after this time that is still eating. They have their backs to you. It seems like they've got this cloak. They'll all have cloaks around them. They all seem to have this weird shiftiness to them. All dark blue. And they have with them as well some large backpacks that seem to be on the ground beside them. One of them appears to be quite small, the other two seem to be quite tall. But otherwise nondescript, and they don't seem to be speaking to each other at all. They seem to be simply eating. There's a worker that's going around with this large pot of stew on a cart, fish stew, and it's this worker is describing it as a new type of fish that they've discovered and they're calling it a fibble. Fibble fish.
Fibble fish.
Tiny
Little fish.
fibble fish. And you're pouring that into the bowls of yourselves that have been procured for you, as well as these other people.
I just have to quickly shout something out, because this is now the second episode in a row that your accent has been complimented in the chat.
Very much so.
Oh, thank you. Again, we're at episode 3. I hope to see that in 10.
Cat boy.
Cat boy, cat dog.
Are you doing anything else?
Forgive me, Luna, I'm lost in drink. It's been a big day.
It's okay.
Are you okay?
I'm okay now.
Are you healthy, as in you've got more hit points?
Well, that's what you were asking.
Yeah.
I'm not about to drop dead, if that's what you're asking. I'm a little tired.
Sid.
I'm good. Should we keep an eye out for this, the 4th? It's just another group that
Yeah, what's that all about?
is going to jump us at some point.
Well, I don't like to talk about them. And it's something I'm still learning about. But they're a bunch of brutes. And if you see them, you should be very careful about what they say and what they do.
What do you mean?
They'll kill anybody. Children, men, women.
I thought you were just ending your sentence at children.
Anything for profit. They'll peddle drug dealers, drug dealers, people, and all kinds of other things that they can get their hands on.
Right.
Often, the worst kinds of things that happen to those I've seen, their friends and family get sent to the mines and lumbers to cut down trees and harvest ore. Something horrible. Our house and our guild try to work against that. But unfortunately, we work as well in the shadows and trying to help get those people out of there.
Is that something that seems familiar to me?
You certainly know activities similar to that. You've never heard of the 4th Rule Guild before, whom Hood is referring to, but
What about the 5th rule?
certainly similar activities you're very familiar with, of course.
Have you ever heard of the Rotherheim clan?
The what? Adaheim?
Rotherheim.
Rotherheim.
I'm going to say no, unless
Hood
I
in-
can make a history check.
Look, you can make a history
Yeah.
check.
Can
for me,
I make a history
Yeah,
check?
sure.
Oh. You have to make that noise every time.
Ooh, 18.
7.
Nope. You don't know too much about that name. You haven't come across them before.
History?
Yep.
20.
20 in total?
Yeah.
Even with that recollection, you've only heard, not really know about the business dealings of the Rotherheim clan, but you do know that they make their base, and they're mostly dwarven in nature, this clan, around the Alenorian Mountains in the south of Vim. That large expanse of mountains that combine Terid and Drunav, that make up that southerly part. So they operate totally within that. They're a mining guild, or that's one of their main ventures, and they definitely have a lot of sway over employment in that area. Reputation-wise is a bit unknown. They do have, to your knowledge, they do have a fairly good reputation to be, a good clan to work for, with benefits, with commissions, things like that. But that's all you're aware of.
Jordan's sitting there like,
So I know that they're a mining company, and that's it. I don't know whether or not they're corrupt or they're good or.
You've only heard of them in passing, but you recall what you hear.
Yeah. The Rotherheim? I've heard the name in passing, and I know that they're an affiliate to mining, but other than that, nothing more, nothing less.
never heard of them.
It's an air of familiarity with what you're talking about. Mine, where I grew up.
Is there something that happened to you?
This is the Weven mines, right? You told me about them.
It's the flyer that I tore off the notice board there when we were last here.
Yeah.
It's you won't really see it on the map, but there's a small town next to the mine. That's where I grew up. The Rotherheim fuckers. The ones who own the mine. They have a bit of a false reputation. You'll hear nice things about them, but it's full of shit.
What? So they're bad?
At least one of them. The one that runs the mine.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me if this fourth does that shit. They probably have some sort of connection.
Perhaps it could be something worth investigating. The fourth dabble in a lot of different things all over Vim. A lot of what my house has done, I must admit I wasn't always kind. The lords of Inn are Pavel, cruel, and they're there for entertainment. Just struck by luck that I ended up with the house that I'm in. And we saw, well, what I believe from where I was, saving others that were in distressful situations. That's where I am, and where that is quite some far leagues. I mean, it's possible. I'm not familiar. Would I be familiar of the fourth operating outside of? Yeah.
The fourth rule is an unknown. The only real reason you're aware that they are rivals to you, if not enemies, is a lot of jobs, a lot of tasks that you and other members of the Ulmikor clan have come across. You've crossed paths, and they've been the ones that have been particularly violent in retaliation for trying to collect key items that you were also interested in. And you quickly discovered by capturing one a little whiles back, a little bit about their guild. Again, scattered all over Vim, much like your own.
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with them operating outside, too far out of where we're from. But I think I know of one that might be able to give good answers towards that. Unfortunately, an old friend. A giant furbolg. If I could capture him, it would do perhaps myself and yourself some great good.
Capture? You mean like kidnap?
I mean, like, perhaps kill.
I'm guessing old friends, not literal.
Yeah, you really confuse me with that
Are you
terminology.
gonna kill Vello?
Not Vello. No. She's way too old. She'll die on her own.
Speaking of which, how long do we wait for her? Maybe she did die of old age down there.
I hope not.
Maybe we should, if it's getting late, maybe we should just leave a note with Leela.
You're right, Luna. This conversation should maybe be had again later, after I've had less wine and beer.
Shouldn't
think-
mix the two.
Sid. How's Sid looking? How are you looking? Are you a bit
I'm
sheepish?
You're
Sorry?
a bit tired by carrying this rock all day as well.
Yeah.
A little bit sore in the muscles.
Probably be half drunk as well.
Perhaps we've overexerted ourselves today and we should pick up this conversation later.
Well,
Again, with
I
everything
did
that's-
almost drown and then I got acid thrown
Yes.
at me.
with everything that's happened here today, I don't know if this conversation should be continued here. Is there anybody else around in this?
Only those three behind you, further away from the bar than you are, in those
Are they-
cloaks.
Do they look suspicious or they're just hanging out?
Just hanging out, it seems. You can't really see their faces, but they seem to, because they've got the hoods over, but they're not disturbing you. They don't seem to be interested in you whatsoever. They're far away.
Yeah.
They got the backpacks all identical, with several pockets in each backpack. They seem to have some parchment coming out of one or two of the pockets, some quills, but that's it.
Hang on, so all these people look like they're part of the same group?
Just the three.
Just the three?
Three people on one table, and that's the only other patrons now in the inn. And Leela.
Should I leave word with Leela?
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to find this Mouse King at some point, and if Tyniet does return with Vello, it's probably the best bet.
Okay. I'll walk over to Leela and tell her we're going to go to bed and just send Vello up to my room.
If I see the Arakokra, I will let you know. Well, I will simply send her up.
Thank you.
Well,
You might need to... Do the doors have locks?
They do.
You might need to unlock it for her.
I'll do
I
that.
might be
I have a
asleep.
spare in case of an emergency, of course.
just a big yawn. With any luck, Leela will forget about us the next day, and they'll have another chance to take this bear head.
Perhaps. I hope so.
I'll stitch it up tonight.
I'll fix it in the morning.
Well, good night, and it was a pleasure seeing you again, and I hope I see you again.
You will.
Take care.
In the morning.
I'll have breakfast ready.
Thank you.
Can I do like a check on the three that are hanging out there? Are they part of a guild or anything? Or...
You can make a perception check. Oh, hey.
BA! Left, right, up, down.
Give me the cheat codes. Give me a plus 14. That's an 8 and a perception, was it?
Mm-hmm.
11 again.
You can't really
Okay,
make
cool.
out what they look like, or if you have any. If they have no emblem or symbol on them, no,
Okay.
as well.
In which case, after Sid retires or gets ready to retire, you're
Making my way upstairs.
upstairs.
Walking fast.
Oh, the other thing you've noticed, sorry, about these three is that they've stopped talking. They just seem to be staring at their bowls, which are now half empty. That's all.
Suspicious.
They just are
Don't
quiet.
be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I will. Where's Leela?
Leela has now gone back behind into the kitchen.
I'm gonna grab another bottle.
Okay, make a sleight of
You
hand check
bastard.
with advantage. Make a sleight of hand check because no one else is about. But what you know of?
17 and 7.
All right, cool. You grab another bottle.
As I said, Leela, you're the best.
You guys
Yes.
are going upstairs to have drunk drinks and fall asleep on each other.
Beautiful.
That'd be jelly.
How do you know I'm going to bed with?
You guys have your own rooms.
See, I might sleep somewhere else.
Where do you want to sleep?
I'm gonna head upstairs and just like, I'm assuming there's like a balcony or
There
something.
is.
I'm just gonna have a couple of swigs and just like watch down at the other three that are down there.
Okay. Until such time as you're tired,
The
or
morning.
the whole night?
For a while.
A while? Okay.
Yeah.
And
See if
Sid
I
and
notice anything suspicious.
sure. And Sid and Luna, you're just going to bed.
Yeah, I'll head into our room.
I'll give Sid
I'm in a
the
separate
shitty sour wine.
Okay.
Hey, this is the best. I got this before. You will enjoy it.
Oh yeah, cheers. I really appreciate it. And then I'll just be like walking to the room while tipping it out on the floor.
Cool.
Good night.
Good night, Luna.
If you still want to show me this thing with the horse, you can just wait. Just knock on the door.
Till then, I'll head into the room and like whenever I'll be in a appropriate place or inappropriate place, I'll disrobe and I'll sleep naked next to the stone.
All right. You spend about an hour
Yep.
watching these three not move at all. They seem, again, they're cloaked. They seem to be looking down. Their arms are sort of on the tables, all crossed. Their heads or their cloaks seem to sort of be dipped a little bit. And make another perception check after that time.
They've not moved at all. They're in the same.
A perception check just to see if there's any
all
movement or
breathing.
talking
That's better.
between them.
Perception is going to be a 16 this time. 13 plus 3.
16? Okay. From this vantage point, you get a fairly good glimpse. It's hard to tell, but you don't think there's been any movement at all in the last hour, no. No moving, no gesturing, moving of the head, general bodily functions that you'd normally see if you're having a general conversation. It's not, you can't quite tell if they're whispering to each other, but certainly no movement, no.
We've been there for an hour and they haven't gone like.
There's no stretching.
They haven't
no,
done the robot. No.
There's no natural stretching that's happening. No getting up and walking around, nothing.
What time is it?
By now it's probably close to 10.
Okay. I'm going to.
Kills them all.
Steal wine from them.
Steal their drinks
They
straight
haven't paid
from
any
them.
attention to me either, have they?
They haven't turned their heads to look
I feel like I'd
around
be
or
pretty
notice.
obvious, like just standing up on the
Oh
side.
yeah, certainly. You are the only person up there looking down without any sort of cloak or anything. You're fairly easy to spot.
You're a
from,
cat.
from a passerby.
You're right, I am a cat. I can sit for a long period of time too. I will spend one more hour
Okay.
observing.
All right. Make me another 2 perception checks.
Before I forget, just before going into my 4-hour trance, I would have taken out the hand axe and tried to smash off my cut of the rock, which would be 12.5% of the rock,
Okay.
give or take, and I would probably hear a couple of loud bangs.
Everyone trying to sleep in the other rooms. What is that? No!
And you all hear a ring, ring, ring.
hate
over and over again.
And then if I get roughly that amount off, I'll take another small chunk of that
Alright.
off to the side.
Cool.
One is better. One is definitely not better.
You get a nat one.
So 14, 15, 16, 17, and a nat 1, which would be a 4.
Wow.
4 and a 17.
A 4 and a 17. Okay. The first one was the better one. So the one that comes after
The
the
four?
better perception check.
The 4 was better, and then the other one's even better.
No. So the 17 first, then the 4. Because
Okay.
at the 4, you start to yourself get quite tired.
Alright,
Mm.
I'll wear that.
Did he get advantage because
I
of
exist.
my distracting noises
Yeah, alright, I'll roll it up.
from 2 hours before?
You observe for the first half an hour, no movement at all.
Yeah.
Second half, you start to get a little bit drained, a little bit tired, heavy eyes, just because you're looking at these three all that time. And you're really trying to concentrate on them, you feel your eyes drooping a bit.
And I'll RP that, and I will fall asleep on the railing, and
Okay.
my ale will pour off the side.
On
as I fall
the
asleep.
railing?
Yeah.
All right.
You're a human-sized cat.
Just with the arms over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Before I go to bed,
yes.
I'm going to do something normal.
What? That's not been done yet.
I know.
3 episodes in.
I know. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna take out a journal and write a letter to my parents, which I do every night. Yep. It's happened. And then I'm gonna read the letter that I got.
Okay. Can I read it to you?
If you wish, yes. What's
You have a letter ready?
there's an alternative?
Unless you just want me to send it to you in private.
No, read it.
Yeah, cool.
These guys don't know how to metagame. Can you send it to me also though, so that
Yeah,
I can have it on
What
file?
does Facebook have to do with this?
Uh-huh. In the letter,
Join letter. Give us
it
money.
reads, and in the letter there seems to be 3 small emerald sorry, sort of sheen, like a sheen of an emerald looking leaves. 3 of them. You recall a tree in your home that was beautiful like a pine, but had instead these leaves on it. Thousands and thousands of illuminescent green foliage. These 3 leaves seem to come from a very similar plant, but you've not seen a tree like this since.
Cool.
From the Fodrio tree.
I'm listening.
Dearest Luna, we hope this letter finds you well, and in a world that is peaceful and tranquil for you. We hope your cards are also guiding you well in your travels. We find some success in our retirement. Fodrio is spelled Fodrio.
Okay.
We hope you are well, and we also speak of some success we have had in our retirement. We've begun to invest our funds into different ventures for capital, including moving money around through lenders and hoping for some profit for your inheritance. Mostly with the Vim Trading Company, others of more private shipping companies, trade and hire companies. And we have found some success to begin. If you find any people to travel with, it will make our hearts lighter. For we will then know that you are safe and you will stay under watch. For as you travel, you will mature and your eyes will see many things. Many things that will frighten you, many things that will scare and sadden you in this world. We hope that your upbringing has taught you well, and that it will guide you to accept such things. Whatever magic that you inherit also during these travels, we hope makes you stronger as a person. Your heart has always been kind and humble. Be safe. We look forward to hearing from you, your parents.
I fold it up, put it back. I'll put it in the back of my journal. And then I'll go to sleep.
All right. You all wake up full hit points after a long rest.
Dead.
You wake up on the floor, not on the balcony. Somewhere along the line over the course of the evening, you have slid off and have found your comfort zone just at the base of the balcony. But during the night, for the elves in the room, where you wanted to do something in the last 4 hours of your
For the elves
sleep.
in the room.
I'm asleep on the balcony. Come prank me if you want.
It's part of it. I would, after the 4 hours, I'd notice that Wood wasn't in the room, and I'd start to walk out towards Luna's room. I'd probably see it. I might get one of the feathers that I've been collecting off Vello, and I'll just start tickling under his nose.
You see the whiskers and the nose just... But otherwise, he does not wake.
Well, the point is to wake him, so...
You wanted to actually wake him up?
I'll
Got
start,
to do better
I'll
than
start
that.
poking the feather into his nostril.
Oh,
No
that'll do it.
long rest for you.
Do you want me to make a constitution saving?
Please do. Yeah, make a con saving throw with disadvantage because you're asleep.
Advantage.
Disadvantage because you're asleep because, unconscious. Still good?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
A 16, I got 15.
Oh, wow. Plus your con modifier?
Nothing.
Okay, it's still fine. But you do wake up and you don't... you just feel this very annoying...
Fuck off, Sid.
I'll kind of try and force him up to take him to put, I guess, on the bed with the stone.
Okay.
I should put the fucking polar bear thing on my back and be like, you're a polar bear. Sorry, that's shit.
You find yourself quite close to the rock, this opaly quartz, as Sid drags you into the room and just plonks you on the ground.
And then if he's caught up with the rock, I'll take the bit that
Wayne Johnson?
Yeah. I'll take the piece that I've sheared off.
Yep.
Start walking out the room, but I might double back, and I'll spread more of Vello's feathers like around him, and particularly up around his mouth and face area. And then I'll head over and knock on Luna's door.
You are
I'll
surrounded by feathers.
I'll close our door.
All right.
And then I'll go and knock on Luna's.
Okay.
I assume I would be awakening also.
This is
4
during
hours.
what hour of your 4 hours?
Well, I would have had the 4 hours with a long rest, and hopefully it's either super early in the
after.
morning or middle of the night.
Okay, yep. So still soon after you awaken, essentially, yeah. And you are the same. So you spend the first 4 hours asleep, and then as you awaken, you hear the knock on the door.
I'll go over and open the door.
Are you ready for a bit of an excursion?
Do I need a permission slip?
Start walking down the stairs.
Okay.
I'll
You-
follow him, obviously.
You both still observe the three in the cloak at that table, unmoving, and walk past them.
They were there all night.
Yep, they seem to be, well, it's about 2:33 in the morning and they're still there.
They're just in the same spot.
Yep.
You guys okay?
When and where are you saying this?
When we get downstairs?
Okay, as you're looking over at them, it's sort of almost side on. Make a perception check for me.
Nat 20.
Right.
Jeez, good.
+4.
You see that the cloaks are up, but their faces are side on. Two of them are facing you, one of them's facing away. One of them is...
Everyone please hydrate.
Oh, thank you, yes.
Thank you.
Dratini
Dratini Training Yang.
Thank you. Certainly am going to do that.
Violet gin.
One of them is the Mouse King. The white fur is very distinctive. The shorter one, obviously. The other two seem to be humans, this time burly-looking humans under the cloaks. They also seem to be... Their faces are in their bowls that they had been served this fish soup.
They're dead.
Yeah, are they dead?
Are you checking?
Yeah, if their faces are in their soup.
Okay, as you walk over, what are you doing at this point?
He's sighing.
Am I
Okay.
awake?
You're asleep. Or you're...
Oh, right, because they're up for the first 4. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, cool.
You're dreaming.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have a stretch option, so help keep the blood flowing. Everyone needs to dance.
Oh,
okay,
right,
good.
yeah. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Thank you. I do need that blood.
I need the blood.
I need the blood flow.
You do need. Anya.
Enya.
Yeah, and it's good. Thank you.
Spirit of Anya.
Good everywhere.
He's
Thank
actually
you
the
so
god
much.
of this world.
Yeah.
We haven't done a simultaneous dance in a while. That was good. I like it. No ideas. So, you want to roll me a medicine check, please. As you go over, you do see them.
Do I get advantage because I got a nat 20 on my perception? Why?
Because it's a completely
But
different
Dad,
skill.
please.
Hey, you know that athletics check? Yeah, that insight advantage. Yeah, 100%.
15.
15. Okay. Looking, checking over them. They're not moving.
But are they dead?
You don't feel a pulse or a heartbeat from any of them.
Gonna lift the Mouse King's head gently. Any response?
No response. The Mouse King in his white fur doesn't
You feel stiff?
seem not stiff, no, just heavy, as though all the weight's just lolling over
Like
in
laughing
your
out
hand.
loud?
Lolling.
I think they're dead.
To be honest, I thought he was going to be around for a bit longer.
I don't know what to do.
Well, I guess we get more stone for ourselves, but he had a chance to come and see us.
I'll just leave them here.
Oh, why not? They were here all night.
Okay.
Ugh.
No, we'll come back. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll start
It's fine. We'll come back.
like a kid who's, been told he can't do something. I'll start like stomping up the stairs.
No. Sid.
Go open the door. Hey, get up, get up, get up.
Is it that like cat thing where you're like, Sid? What?
Apart from you ate Vello. The Mouse
Oh
King.
my god.
The
Did I
Mouse
kill
King.
Vello?
Yeah, you got drunk and killed Vello. Plus the Mouse King's dead downstairs. I was gonna do some shit, but I guess we're gonna have to do this now. Grab the rock, and then I'll start.
What? The Mouse King's dead.
Trudging back downstairs.
Did I kill him too?
What are you doing?
I'm you're confused. The whisker's gonna be back. Ears gonna. Fuck just happened? Wait, Sid.
I'm just
Those
waiting
people I was
downstairs.
staring at all morning, all night, and I'll walk out. I think I've got all my gear on me.
Luna's,
Yeah.
as you like walk out, Luna's just holding the Mouse King's head.
Oh my god. Did I do that? I fell asleep on the railing, I think.
I don't know.
How did I end up in the bedroom? And why is the Mouse King's head here?
It's not just his head.
That's his body, is it? I thought you
His
said his
body's
head. Yeah.
attached to it, but I've lifted his head.
Ah. What the fuck is the Mouse King doing here?
I think he's dead.
Guess I'll grab a chunk of the stone and grab a bit of soup water and
Splash it on him.
yeah.
Okay.
Can I pick him up?
You can, make a strength check as you try and pick him up. You also feel this little splash of soup liquid, this fishy smelling stew, just splash over your face.
How big is he?
Does he heal?
What's that?
Does he heal because he didn't get a full rest?
Yes, you do actually. Roll me a d4. It'll be Sid that does it. Sid does it.
You get one.
1 hit point. You do. I mean, it's just a couple of drops.
Oh, did I not get a 4 nights rest?
No, not yet, because it's about 3 in the morning right now.
Fuck, did you wake me up?
At that point, the Mouse King stirs but does not become conscious. Eyes still closed, very heavy in your hand,
Mouse King.
but now is breathing. What? And falls back unconscious.
Hood, take him upstairs.
Yeah. Let me see if I can help him. He's unconscious, is he? Okay, so if I'm correct...
Never.
Where is it? Which, yeah, is rare. So it's one of you. Just stabilize 1 0 hit points without needing to make a wisdom. No, that might not help, actually. Am I taking him off your hands?
Yeah.
Well, you make me a strength check to try and lift him.
How big is he?
The head itself is still fairly large. Big head, little body.
Oh man, I thought he was like this big.
No.
No.
He's still probably the size of
Like a halfling or something.
about even half the size of a halfling, but just that's a very big head still.
Quarterling.
Is that a nat 20?
Can I take that? It wasn't in my dice tray.
Right, yeah.
Still not bad. I got a nat 20 off the dice tray. I got a 16 on the tray. Yeah, I have no... This is 16 straight.
Okay, yeah, you easily lift the Mouse King. Quite light in your hands, even though you're quite tired
Cradle him
still.
like a baby.
Okay, as you cradle him, he almost sort of looks over, opens his eyes a little bit wearily at you, and then closes
I put my
again.
fingers on his heart. Can I feel it?
Yep, there is a beat.
Down his throat, straight into his heart.
Dum, dum, dum.
Can I
so
lift
he's-
one of the heads of the other guys?
Sure, as you do.
Out of the soup?
Yes, the soup on this one is half eaten. It's quite a deep bowl, so half of his mouth was in the soup.
Or I'll just pull the
And
soup
out.
out from underneath.
Okay, all right.
Is it glowing?
Yeah.
Not
that's-
glowing.
That's what I was going
Not
to check
glowing.
next.
And you check life signs for this one?
Yeah.
Medicine check.
He's dead. It's a 7.
Well, this one also doesn't seem to be breathing. No, you can't find life signs.
He's dead.
Sure is. It's still annoying though.
What?
Did...
What are you doing with the Mouse King?
Alright, so I'm cradling him. He's
Mhm.
got a pole. I don't need to stabilize him. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so he's...
Sleepy.
Is there... Can I investigate the friends? Are the friends all drow, out of interest?
No human.
They're human.
Two burly humans.
Has anyone got a health potion on them?
Oh my gosh, I can do this thing. I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Oh my god, has
On-
anyone got the health potion on them? Oh wait, Luna, you can do healing word.
On the one I just...
Tested.
Yeah. See if it helps.
All right, as you cast this, you all see this this deep
I'm terrible
yellow
at my magic.
light over the top of this dead human node
Me
that doesn't do
laughing.
anything.
Me laughing knowing exactly what it's going to do. Nothing.
Nothing.
Fabulous.
It does not stir the dead being.
Can I check his airways?
Make me, yes, with that medicine check you had what number?
7.
Yeah, make another one then.
Much better. 22.
Looking into his mouth, airways seem clear. So you're fairly confident that because they're clear, he should have been breathing if he was alive.
He's dead.
Perhaps you should try that spell on.
If I do that, I can't do magic for the rest of the day.
What is the healing word of the day? What's the word that you use to heal?
Friends.
Fish. There you go, Firewind. Just as a little bonus for your prize.
What was Wordle today?
Oh, no, don't ruin that for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Well, it's probably nearly expired now.
Yeah, it's nearly expired.
Yeah.
If you haven't done Wordle by 10 p.m., you should get spoiled.
It's an hour and 43 until it resets.
Is there any healing potions on the potential corpses that we
Investigation
Yeah.
check.
I'll lift the head of the other.
Okay, same thing. You can use that healing roll though, but no sign of life.
17 and a 4 is
Fish!
fish. Am I going to get some fish?
You
17
roll
and
a
a 4.
21 for your
21, yeah.
investigation. Thank you. Sorry, I got confused for a second. With that roll of fish, you find there is a
Find some other dope gear.
there are 2 short swords.
Yeah.
They seem fairly mundane. You also notice that they both have. Sorry, one of them has the same symbol of the guards of Old Reki along the neck. So the necklace.
Interesting.
So one of them seems to be a guard of Old Reki. The other one doesn't have any symbols or emblems that might understand if he's a part of any sort of retinue. The Mouse King, though, does seem to have the cloak now in this sort of light and a bit closer, does have a new symbol that you don't recognize, but it does. You put 2 and 2 together, it might be this symbol of the Swords Imperial, this new guild that he's trying to begin, because it has this large 2-handed bastard sword, this massive 2-handed sword in the
Bastard.
middle, and you're good. You're making yourself laugh there a little bit. That's
I'm
good.
laughing at Jordan
Alright.
laughing.
Also known as, I think it's 2.5.
A shield on top of this as well. Yes, it is. That's right. 2.5. That's right. A shield on top of it. A fairly. It's like one of those crest shields with this small circle in the middle, and that's it. Just a simple emblem like that. You find 3 gold pieces on one of these, on one of the retinue. And that's it.
Lunar, if now's the time to heal, unless Vello turns up, it's probably now.
But what if one of you get in trouble later in the day?
We can sort ourselves out. Unless there's something behind the bar.
Wait, what about the crystal? Can we use that?
Well, while this is going on, I'll be muttering to myself, if someone fucking kills one of these people, I'm just going to take the bear head again. And I'm starting to saw the head off the bear rug again, undoing the stitches.
The stitches have been done, and you tear them off. Okay. You tear off the bear head again.
Can I put one of my small shards inside a water flask?
Water flask?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have a spare water flask?
In
your inventory?
Actually. Hang on with that.
Or a water skin?
Yeah, it'd be a water skin.
Yeah, you can, if there's a second that you've got.
I'll just be annoyed at this point, and I'll hold the crystal back onto this dude's head and just tip the whole bowl of soup onto it.
Onto the Mouse King's head? Or one of the other?
One of the other guys.
Alright. As you do, it spills all over the head, but nothing else happens.
I'll just let the body fall to the ground. Well, this
Told
one's
you,
done.
he's dead.
I'll put it in the water skin.
Okay, sure. The water skin's about half filled, and you plonk it in there.
And then I'll swish it
Shake
around.
it up. Yep.
And then I guess pour it into the Mouse King's mouth.
All right. As you do, you see
I'll like
He chokes and dies.
You administer this makeshift liquid into the Mouse King's maw, and these small eyes open up. Ooh, where am I?
When he looks
weak.
up, is he only seeing like my chest and?
Yep. But he looks at you without too much of a shock. Oh, good to see you again.
After I say that, my God, thank the 5, and I'm gonna take a swig as well.
Who's the 5?
Are you trying to make that a thing? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, the 5 that we met at the beginning of the game.
In the first pre-session.
Oh, you mean the gods?
Yeah.
Oh, right, sure. Okay, now I know what you mean. Thank you. I don't know who you're talking about, but hello.
Do I get any healing?
No. You're just pouring this into the Mouse King's mouth.
And then I,
Oh, you
after
take a
seeing
little
him,
swig.
yeah, and I'll take a swig.
Yes, roll the d4.
Come on, 4. That's a 4.
Hey, you take four healing back. You gain 4 healing back.
So can I ask how much liquid do I use out of that?
A sip is probably still a good, maybe 20 sips left. Like it's there's quite a lot in there.
Being technical, so I know how many heals I got
Sure.
out of this. So you said I had half a water skin. That's a water skin is 4 pints.
40 sips.
So would I have 1 more pint left of water in there? If 1/2 went to the Mouse King, 1/2 went to me.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
No.
So I have 2 more 1d4 heals. Potentially. Potentially.
Potentially, yes.
Potentially. Do you want me to roll for what the Mouse King got? Or do you want to do that?
I'll do that, thank you. All right, just the one. But he does seem to open his eyes a little bit more. He's a little bit more focused at everybody. What happened?
You were nearly dead.
You've really got to stop eating.
We saved you again.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was the fish. Something else. Something else.
Am I still holding him?
Yeah. He seems to be quite relaxed. You just caressing him now.
What Sid just said, yes, this is twice now that there's been an attempt on your life.
In the same inn.
In the same inn. Look at your friends, and I'll like one hand. We're looking after you. Look at this place.
His body just what just goes like the bottom of a clock. Just goes back and
Bottom of a
forth.
clock. What sort of description?
Yeah, his grandfather clock and then the dial.
Dial.
The dial.
What is that?
The dial.
Bottom of a clock?
The pendulum.
Pendulum, that's the one. Thank you. Pendulum. He goes back and forth.
Bottom of a clock. That's the first thing you thought
Don't
of.
shake the mouse.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jeez.
I am
You
a
could have said
dungeon
a
master.
ragdoll.
That's true. That's true. No,
No, I got it. I got it. The pendulum, the legs are swinging back and
there
forth.
we go.
I am shocked.
It's late. I'm sorry.
It is. And you've been sneezing.
Yes. Anywho,
True
He-
point of review time.
he instinctively with that shaking around, he does use a hand to cover his arm, which
I'm
is
sorry.
which
I'll
is
put him on the
still
table.
covered by a cloak, and he still looks at it confusingly and winces as he touches it. And as he rolls up his sleeve, you can see this small white furry arm reveal itself, but under the cloak. But from the elbow up, there seems to be this weird-looking, dark, matted liquid, or something to that effect, oil or mud, it seems. Still wet, but covering his arm, and the fur is all matted
Yeah.
with it. What is this?
It looks gross.
I don't understand. I can't feel my arm.
Have I seen anything like this before?
Make a. You can make me a history or arcana, whatever's better for you.
They are not the same. I'm going to do history. $19.
Ooh, good.
Even with that roll,
Oh.
nothing like this has you recall a situation where you've seen something like this. It seems like there's no injuries around that area, but what is happening before your eyes is that the fur is withering, completely withering away and becoming dust. As you can see that in front of you, this arm, this skin that is around this and underneath this fur is also almost disintegrating.
I think you're in trouble, Mouse King.
Can I go behind the bar and try find like a bar blade and like some glassware or a vial or bottle or something to try and scrape it off and...
Sure, make me an investigation check quickly as you quickly go around and have a look.
Nah. Great.
A 3,
What are
you
you
can't
looking
find
for?
anything. As you hear Luna
What are you looking for?
yell over to you.
Some shit to get that off him.
Can I look?
Yes, go for it.
What am I rolling?
Investigation.
Oh, God. I'm just so rattled by this. It's an 8.
An 8, still nothing. As you continue to hold the Mouse King hood, you can see that this seems to be spreading up into, starting at the shoulder and spreading around his shoulder, and his lower arm falls off onto the ground.
Ugh.
Can I pour out the rest of the last pint
All over it.
all over his like appendage that is there?
As you watch him look over, and you can see that this thing is spreading up his shoulder, into his shoulder blade, onto his neck. You've poured all this liquid over the top, and he looks over, and it's not doing anything. "Oh, I really hope this stops. I can't feel much." But then you see half of his face start to crumble.
Oh my gosh, it's the Red Death.
Jew blacks. I have run out of ideas.
I don't know how to stop it.
I'll be looking around for something to clean it off with.
You find
And
cloths everywhere.
that'll be. I'll grab a cloth and I'll go to reach down, but I'll be thinking specifically about removing whatever this gunk is. And as I reach out, the tattoos running down the arm that I'm reaching with, there'll be a couple of circular tattoos on the forearm, almost with like a clock face, but at the end of each spike there'll be a runic symbol in it, and it will just turn slightly, click over one, and I will use prestidigitation to instantaneously clean an area no larger than 1 cubic foot.
Okay.
That being my intention. See.
All right. As you feel the tattoos turn
Sparkly.
and you cast the spell, you quickly wipe down the side of the face of the Mouse King, which seems to now, with the magic that's been instilled in you, clear whatever crumbling dust was occurring. And his face just his cheek just was affected, and is now clear. And his arm is no longer there, but his other is still strong, as he tries to wiggle his way off of you, Wood.
I'll gently like put him on a table or whatever it is.
Also, if that looked weird, as in it didn't look like the cloth did it,
Yeah.
I'll be a bit kind of surprised and shocked and just suss it out and go back to whatever's happening.
All right.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good cloth, I guess.
I think it was what you did, actually.
All I did was grab the cloth.
No, I just mean in general. It was a good idea.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. So hold the chunk of the crystal and to the side of his head and spit on him.
All right.
And that one is purely for my pleasure.
All right. Cool. As you finish that, and the Mouse King looks at you a little bit gratefully and confusingly as you pour your saliva all over the side of his face. You watch as the door to the inn opens and Vello comes in, holding Tyniet, whose entire body is that same grey stone dust, unmoving. And she looks towards all of you and she says, I think we've got a problem. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Vello, I didn't eat you.
Get out!
Yeah!
did.
Vello did turn up. Hey, that was the session. Yay! That was
Oh,
good.
right. We got
Nice
a clap.
one.
Yeah,
Nice one.
good.
Excellent. Well,
Hey, you survived.
I did survive. Yay! Can't wait for tomorrow. I don't know what that will bring. But going to make a quick exit. Hey, Firewind _42. Congratulations again on your prize and
We'll
your win.
message you.
And we'll message you. And thank you so much for everybody who checked us out.
For the follows.
Yeah, and for the follows and for the dancers. We always love that.
For the dancers.
For the dancers. We will see everybody next week. Hopefully during the week we can do some streaming as well outside of D&D. But
Yeah, D20 and Promethean. Maybe it's Dead by Daylight time.
hell
again.
yeah, we'll do it again. I'll be happy to jump on it as well.
Oh,
on
you're
my
not
turn.
invited.
That's fine.
I'm just.
I'm crashing the
plays
party. Huh? Yeah, fair. Cool. Well, have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining, and you'll see this on the podcast on YouTube probably in a couple of days. Have a great night, everybody. See you
Thanks
next
so
week.
much for joining.